Oh, I can't even not, dude. I'm just fat.
Can't
Well, I think he's
even
like
not.
sitting like.
Stretch your body out like a snake, then the mass dissipates throughout the whole longevity of your bod.
Dude, I'm a fucking whale, bro.
Whale brain! Nah, dude. You got a little bit of might. That's a bit. That's it.
They call me portly, dude.
Do they?
No.
Are we rolling now, dude?
Yeah, we're rolling.
It's live.
Now
At least
it's-
the camera is.
You didn't pull a Hunter root? And you
Wait, let me double check.
Why is that pulling a 100 root?
Because I did it today.
He did it today.
Oh.
He's like, I'm going to record Strange Chemistry. And then he was like, where'd my phone go?
Yeah.
And then he found it. He's like, oh, I didn't record.
Yeah, we're recording.
All right.
Dude, it's been a day. I forgot the power thing again. Sometimes the chaos tries to like stop us, but it ain't stopping us. We're Medusa Disco. We're back on the Van Brain.
Back on the brain van.
Van Brain.
Welcome, Ty.
Fan brain.
Welcome this new trophy that's old.
Yeah.
This
New
new
old
old
trophy.
trophy, dude.
That was in Ty days.
Vintage.
That was
Yeah.
Ty days.
So
We
we're a
got-
decade old.
We got Tyler Smith, original bassist of the disco, on the pod.
I was like, where's he going with this?
Yeah.
The what?
Also known
the
as
disco.
Ty Lexondale.
Ooh, classic, dude.
That has reopened my Van brain.
I've never heard that reference.
Ty Lexondale?
That's Van brain material, right? That's where it was invented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Was-
is that like your Lord of the Rings character?
There's no sense to it. It's Alex just kept saying our names randomly.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
That's
And-
about as Van Brain as you get.
yeah.
Yeah. And
What
then
was it? It's your name and my name put
Yeah.
together.
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah.
what it is.
Ondale. I'm trying to think of where the
where'd that come
Ondale
from?
comes
Because you
from.
listen to Lord of the Rings. that's fucking-
my middle name is Hale.
Hell. And then the
Yeah.
second part of my name is Ander, right?
Yeah.
So it was Ty Lex Ondale.
Dude, that's a pretty.
That's
good
your guys'
outfit.
fusion
Not-
name.
Yeah, that was the
Fusion?
the back line, right?
Yeah.
Is am I making up that memory? Or is
I
that-
don't know about that.
It feels like it should have been what we
It
did.
should have been how
Yeah.
we conceptualized it.
Yeah. Like Talexande.
Like
was
you guys
tight.
were the rhythm section
Ty
as
Lex-
one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fusing together.
Yeah, what is the name of the rhythm section?
Yeah.
Alexander.
I'm Ty Lex Ondale.
Yeah.
You
What
guys
would it
need
be
to,
now?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
we'll spend 20 minutes trying to put it together.
We'll get back to you guys about that. That might actually
comment
be
in
the band.
put in the comments what you think it should be. What's your
Yeah.
guys' names?
What's our Brangelina
Your full name.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, Justin will file Alexander Ahmet.
Yeah, those are the two names.
That's your whole name?
Justin will file. That's the whole name of the rhythm section.
that's the rhythm section. Put it together, y'all. They're gonna do the work for us because we have so many followers.
I mean, just ChatGPT it now. We didn't have AI then.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
ChatGPT. Oh my god.
You're like, okay, so we're in a band, and when you just like explain what Van Brain
Yeah.
means to the AI, then it'll have it forever. You know, you only gotta do it once.
Then it'll
Is that how it works?
It'll
Yeah.
subscribe to our
That's
YouTube
cool.
channel.
Like, I think that's how you defeat AI. You just make it as dumb as we are through all of our input, and then like
yeah.
Terminator doesn't like want to kill you because he's like, "What's up, Alexander?"
Yeah.
You know, you're just trying to think of all the dumb things we've asked it.
That's true because you were saying yesterday about AI
Dude, that's funny.
that it's basically just taking a pool of our information that we already gave it. It can't generate new information. It can only like extrapolate from already existing.
Yeah.
But if we keep putting idiocracy type shit on it, like it's gonna basically be like 12-year-old TikToks. Like that's what it's getting its information from. So it'd be like we're robots that can twerk and shit. Like no dances, but they can't actually. They're not gonna try to kill us. They're gonna try to like beat us in like.
Twerking.
I've
Yeah.
never seen
That's-
that's a movie arc we should see where it's like the
Dumb.
AI is idiocracy.
Yeah.
It takes over, but it's as dumb as we are.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Anyways, is that what you usually talk about? With me here, I'm just gonna like accidentally go to tech.
A supercomputer that becomes dumb though. That's just us, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh shit.
It's like we are so
peaked.
damn smart, and then it's like, whoa, there's too much processing. We have to forget it all, and then we just get the little sliver.
Well, plus our
And-
society is structured in a way where we're like force fed like lots of media to make us subservient to like them swindling us.
Meat,
The man.
meat, Ia.
So
Have you heard of
we're
it?
just like plugged in like fucking one step away from Wally, bro.
From Wall-E. Oh yeah, that's right.
Alex Thomas like, woo! You got some takes on that.
Oh, I was thinking
Wally!
Wally World.
Yeah, Wally.
I get it now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Walmart?
That's with an E.
Wally.
Oh no, Wally World from like the
Oh.
The movie Wally.
Yeah.
No, Wally was
I'm like,
from the Griswolds, right?
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
My dad called Walmart Wally's World.
Yeah.
oh, I call it Wally.
that
World,
definitely
too.
happened.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it took over.
Okay, I was gonna say.
No, it's Tyler.
them
there-
youngins.
There's no. It's literally just like we could be in a van right now. You know what I mean? That's kind of the essence of it.
We're in one.
But you're here, so we should talk about. I mean, I mean, if we want to.
Like if
Old
we want to.
times.
Yeah, I like old
You know?
times. They're the only times I know of the band,
That's true.
really, intimately. You know,
Yeah,
I can see. I can
Those are
see
the memories
YouTube.
you're gonna have are from those
Right.
years. Those how long were we with the band? Like 5 or 6 years.
I thought it was like 4 or 5.
I think it was 5.
Yeah.
It was about
Well, like,
It was probably gone.
2012
5 and a
and
half.
2017. If
Yeah.
you go on the releases,
I left. 17 spring of 17.
Yeah. So 2012 to 2017.
Yeah, that's 5 years.
Yeah.
5.5.
You know what's crazy
Nailed it.
is I'm almost at 5 years too.
I know.
Woo!
Weird.
That's really
weird
nice.
as fuck.
It's weird.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Time flies.
Did he play me the newest jam that you guys did? Like one of the, what's the name
It
of
was
the
Wait
song?
on Me. The song that we're working on currently.
The one that you just played.
The unfinished one.
Yeah.
The done.
Oh,
the one that's done.
dude, it's perfect and done. It is written. You just forgot.
Yeah.
He showed
That's
it to
so
me.
funny. I did
It's
tell you the
it's
other
live,
day.
and I thought it was
I
recorded.
know
mixed
that.
and
He
mastered.
told me.
He
It
liked
was
it.
wild.
He told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song you guys have made since I left the band.
Yeah. He really likes it.
The,
Yeah.
the favorite song we're making.
No,
Yeah, it's in the
that's
middle
it. I even told Justin, I was like, just release that
did say
as a
that.
single because it's perfect.
Yeah, I know.
And it's yeah, I know.
It's
I
definitely
don't
not
remember the
music.
song.
I
but
don't.
I know it's
I don't remember it that well, but I also remember not feeling like. I remember not to here we go back into it. I remember. I just
It's
remember
okay.
leaving it being like that's good for where it is now.
what.
That's
yeah.
all I know.
No, I get
like it wasn't done in my mind.
That's
it was
definitely
just
how
like
Mother Tongue was. That was not
yeah.
done.
That-
Yeah.
Wait on Me is further than what Mother Tongue,
Totally.
obviously.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I
way
can-
further.
I can see that growing into something newer,
Yeah,
and I also think that this is a solid
yeah, structure.
part of the metamorphosis.
Yeah, okay.
And it's been recorded, and what comes through the recording isn't the song you played.
yeah.
It's how in sync you guys were.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like it was clearly something
Yeah.
like it just
we were running it all day.
If we
was
changed
good.
the arrangement,
Yeah.
it was
still
good.
be as good.
I loved it. I loved it.
That's cool.
Yeah, we
That's
were in
the
the
essence
arrangement
is good.
process.
Well,
so that
obviously,
was
I'm
like-
going back and listening to it like, God damn it, it sounds amazing. Nah,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fucking perfect. I'm like, guys, it's not done. We need to add this hi-hat hit.
I mean, look, at the end of the day,
Oh, dude, no, I have my one thing. I have my one thing.
well, the ba.
yeah.
Yeah.
During the stop.
I also can't believe that part exists.
Ah,
And
you
I
know-
don't remember that at all.
Oh yeah.
in their stops.
This was months ago.
How do I not remember the stops?
That's all Medusa.
You know what it is though? It's
Right?
Because we
this.
play
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
this is
music.
probably how you felt in the band because you had somewhat of a memory problem trying to remember songs. Now that I'm into bands,
Yeah.
I can't remember all of our stuff as easy.
That's
Yeah.
legit.
It's hard, dude.
I'll never forget forgetting Radiation at the
Yeah.
Comedy Club. And like I remember, like you're like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I just don't know it." You thought there was something that was amiss, and I was just like, "No, I'm."
I'm melting.
And I was like, "Can you show me your hand?"
You're like, what's a hand, dude?
Yeah.
I'd forgotten how to play.
It was
It happened
bad.
with Park Bench too. I remember one day
What, with me or you?
with you. I never forget songs outright.
Oh,
The Park Bench
I mean,
and the
never
Park Bench
forgets
one
it.
is legendary. That's the one I remember.
I've heard about this.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
that-
I forgot of forgetting.
You
Tell
did-
me the story I was
yeah,
about.
I don't know, but it wasn't just that time. It was every time, almost. You forgot that song almost every time.
Oh, okay.
But there was
I do
one
remember
time
that.
that was
but
below
there was
that,
one special time.
where you were just like,
The
dude,
whole
I-
song. You were guessing.
the whole
The
song.
whole song.
Was that the
dude.
Thought Lot?
the
The Thought Lot was
release?
the worst show of my entire life.
the CD release?
It was the worst show.
Right,
It changed how I played music
Yeah.
from then on.
Oh man.
It was like we ate those weed brownies from Chris Mauger.
That is what we did.
Oh, dude, that'll do it.
And he was
my
like,
Dude,
God.
it was getting us back then.
Dude, that happened
Oh
to
my
me too.
God.
Oh
it's
my
the
God.
worst.
I can't believe that's the last story we told on Van Brain, and it's
Well,
coming
yeah.
full circle.
It
Did
is.
I eat those?
You didn't shit your pants,
I
but you fucked up bass.
Wow.
You shit your pants.
I shit the
on-
show.
Yeah.
At least you played the show right.
That's true. At least I played the
That's
show.
the only thing he did right.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember
played
that show
Game
so
of
vividly.
Nines.
Like, man, I'm gonna come back on the pod and just talk about the worst
That's a thought lot.
performance of my life.
that CD release.
It was like a
No, that's a good. It's like
subpar
that's why I
show.
left. You know, I had
Do you
to get out
remember
of
that?
there after that horrible performance. of that CD
Dude, do you
release.
remember all the shows? Like we had a lot of killer turnouts. The Thought Lot show was like super okay turnout.
I was really glad after the fact I bombed it. There was
Then
like
it
only
was like-
30, 40
yeah,
people
there was
there.
like 40
You know, I was
people.
driving an hour and a half
Yeah.
to this random parking lot
Yeah.
called the Thought Lot. It was a beautiful place.
It was
It was
cool.
awesome. It was just
Great
nowhere.
idea. Yeah.
We were talking about that
Chambersburg
yesterday.
or something? It was,
Yeah.
it was somewhere like
That
out
sounds
there.
right.
Wild
And, like-
choices.
And we were like, yo, let's do it at the Chameleon. He was like, no, Thought Lot's cool. I'm like, though cool. it is not close.
Or the
Wrong
chameleon.
C.
But yeah.
Yeah. Man.
I'll never forgetting Atomic 7 and like you were like that part holds the whole part together, so like no one knew where anything was and you were trying to solo on top of not having that bass riff on Atomic 7.
what-
I felt like just the Eternal Dread also like you're like high on edibles. So the Eternal Dread's like 10x.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never
yeah.
forget it.
Your balls are in
I
your
never
throat.
mess with drugs before a show, like, and just like weed. Like I just smoke it after.
Yeah.
It's a show.
Yeah.
You practice so much.
Yeah.
And you do it, and it's great. And
Yeah.
then you put it afterwards, and you
Yeah.
calm down. With some,
Yeah.
That I mean, I play fucking sober now.
yeah.
Yeah. I have been for a while. We
And it's
all
great.
do. Yeah. I don't even like getting stoned before it. You gotta have
I
if
do.
you do, you gotta have buffer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
Buffer.
Yeah.
I
That's
what
give
we said
myself a
before.
band.
Yeah.
Like I said
We
before, I
talked
give myself
about
a band. Yeah, I give
We're
myself
like,
a
what the fuck
band.
is a
We
band?
should
Like,
do
what's
a-
the set time?
we
What's the
should
set
do a-
length?
a
Yeah,
band
that's a
raid.
good.
He's like a band.
Yeah.
We
get
should
it
do a
done.
van brain
45 minutes to an hour,
talk about
you
the
know?
exact
Yeah.
same thing and act like it's.
Well, then you have like tear up
That's
and put tear down and put up. I don't remember what
Tear
I don't remember what it is anymore.
Tear down.
I'm
yeah.
corporate
Tear
now.
down the word. That's a band term.
Tear up.
down.
Jargon.
Yeah, tear up the sets, change the drum lines
over.
with the backs.
Oh yeah, back line.
man.
Yeah,
The
those
back
are words.
drums.
Those are words.
Oh, I had a thought. I lost it, dude. It's gone. It was there. It was something. What were we just talking about?
We were talking about the Thought Lot. We were talking about the worst performance I ever played. I feel like we should at least like give it a cursory. If the title of the last band was like, or the last Van Brain was going over the exact scenario,
Yeah.
just in a different time and setting to a different person.
That's funny. But then there
No,
was
Tyler shit his pants on stage.
I did not.
but at least you didn't have a horrible hum anytime you weren't playing guitar and wearing buffoonery and acting the fool the entire time for years.
Hey.
At least you didn't do that.
That's true. That didn't happen. Oh, it did happen, but just not in your existence.
Just not for you.
Do you remember when we did like dress up?
Yeah.
That one tour?
Yeah.
That was so fun.
I did that a lot. We did that a lot after. Well, I did especially more
Yeah,
than
yeah,
anyone
you
in
guys
this
did.
room.
Yeah.
I did.
It was-
me and Winston did a lot.
Alex did a couple vests.
I got it
couple
from-
hats.
I was
Yeah.
doing the vests.
Yeah.
It was after that first tour I started wearing I had this like
you were a vest guy after that.
I had
No,
this
he
like
can-
I had this
he
like
can pull it
stint
off,
though. He can.
of like giving a
He doesn't
shit
look
about
gay
what
at
I
all.
wore.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't
think that's
look
what we
at
all
it.
did. And like I think like the thing that goes wrong is when everyone tries to like look the same. We were so fucking weird. I had like that
Oh, yeah.
weird My Chem thing that I bought at the Thought Lot. Remember that? Like,
Yeah.
it was like the old black band thing.
Yeah.
And then like Winton was in a onesie,
Oh yeah.
and then you
I don't know, dude. I don't even remember, dude.
It was
it
not
was great. Like
It wasn't coordinated.
you had you had the fucking the pink jacket
The
that you
salmon
bought in
jacket?
Philly.
The
The
salmon
salmon
jacket?
jacket.
Salmon
That's how you came
jacket.
out of your shell.
yeah, it was. I still have that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was
I still have that,
Oh,
dude.
the salmon jacket.
That's like
Dude, wait, the show,
That's a story we
the
should
show
do.
tomorrow, dude?
It's 2 days.
Oh, 2 days. I'm wearing that fucking
yeah, dude,
Saturday.
salmon,
Dude, salmon
shirtless
is
underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only one way to wear
Where
it.
You can only wear it one way.
Yeah.
And then you had the leather pants too.
I definitely still have those.
Oh my god. We
Dude,
made Hunter.
that would
Oh,
be
yeah,
funny.
there's the leather pants story.
the
I don't know if
show
we
of-
looked at
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
That was so
It's not
fun.
that
that
was
one.
it. If we that was like the first thrift store I feel like we ever really.
in Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As a
it's
band,
good.
we were like, let's get fucking show clothes.
Yeah. Let's
Nice.
rock.
Let's rock.
Let's look like rock guys.
Yeah, and then we went and just like slammed a gallon of chocolate milk, and then played a set and felt like shit. Nah,
Was that the same show?
I don't know. I just assume all
It was
Philly
Jersey.
for me is just chocolate milk.
Wait, that
With
was
Thai is just chocolate milk.
Philly chocolate milk.
no.
We played how many?
that was Philly.
We didn't do it that much, right?
What? Chocolate milk.
Philly.
No,
No.
we played Philly a bunch. We
Did
played
we
Kung
play-
Fu
okay, we did do it a lot.
Necktie.
We did it
played that
eventually.
one
We didn't
place
do it a
where-
lot after then.
No.
After him, we did
Yeah.
stop doing it
That's
as
what
much.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
I played
were
the
doing
Fire
it way
before.
more with you then.
Yeah.
The fire was the chocolate milk story.
No, that's when.
No, it was the fire.
Yeah, that was the fire.
It was our first
That
night.
was the fire.
It was our first time in Philly. Was
Yeah.
the fire.
Oh, that was.
Because we were
And we
blown
go
away.
there.
We were so excited and like 8 people there.
Yeah.
We fucking played so well.
I think
And then we had like an option to record it for $50. Like, hey, $50 and we'll record it.
That's
And we're like-
right.
and we're like, nah, man, this is like
Yeah.
no one's here. And then we like just
Killed it.
dominated the set, and
Yeah.
we're like,
that's the one thing we could have got out of this.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so
But,
true.
Cheap
but we
bastards.
went. We were looking for chocolate milk. We were looking for pre-made chocolate milk. If you remember, and we couldn't find
As
any.
most chocolate milk is.
Yeah.
Pre-made,
You're
dude.
just looking for like milk, loose milk and loose chocolate. Pre-made milk.
I mean, this is Legacy, right? Like, where's the cow?
Alexander Almond's pre-made milk. Dude.
Well, so we went and bought a gallon of milk and some chocolate syrup.
We did. We
Oh,
bought.
you made it. You made it yourself.
Yeah,
We made it
that's-
ourselves.
DIY milk.
But it blew our mind. We went to like 5 stores and we were just
We
like,
did.
we have like, you guys, nobody has like pre-made chocolate milk. We gotta make it ourselves.
Yeah.
But then we drank too much chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Because you had to buy a
It was
gallon of
tragic.
milk.
Because we had to buy a gallon.
That's literally why.
Yeah.
Literally, thank you for
Yeah.
understanding. Because you have to just you have
You're
to
not gonna
slam
throw
chocolate
the
milk.
milk away.
When as soon as it touches your
It
lips,
goes
What a
back.
wild
It's
time.
not like I got
slamming
a
it.
fucking
Like, going back in time,
refrigerator
you're like,
up my
remember when we
ass.
used to chug dairy products and then, like, play a rock show to 8 people?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that sounds like shit I did in high school.
Yeah.
You know what
That
I
was-
mean?
that was the
I feel
vibe.
like high school to like 23.
Well, that-
you're still.
Dude, that's
fucking dumb.
crazy.
Then we hung out with the districts that night, and then we saw that,
yeah.
that dude get the crap kicked out of him in the middle of the street.
Oh, that-
and we just had to bail.
That's right.
Like, shit turned wrong. We were, like, trying to
I
leave at,
remember
like,
that.
2 a.m. in Philly.
Oh yeah.
And then, like, this
told
guy
me
at
about
this at the stair, and then these other guys started happening, and then, like, more people were like, okay, just, like, reverse. Like, you got to get out.
That was one of our first good stories. That was a good time.
Chilling with the districts was fun.
Yeah.
That was not fun. Leaving with, like,
Yeah.
someone might have died. I don't know. That was wild.
It was right on par, dude.
Yeah.
As dumb as it is, we should reach out to them again.
Districts?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We're like bigger and better now. Certain people aren't.
bigger, better now.
Some
man.
people aren't in the band, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's
you
fair.
know? I'll have Amy reach out to the districts.
I was gonna say have Amy.
Why
do it.
not?
Cool
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I think Connor left. I think it's just
Yeah, Connor left.
Pat and Rob.
Yeah.
And then two others. Oh no, is Brandon still in it?
Yeah, Brandon. Pat Brandon and
Yeah, I saw him again, and Brandon doesn't play drums,
He
but he's still in
doesn't?
the band. I thought it was super cool.
He doesn't play drums?
No.
Oh, wow.
He's so good.
I'm pretty sure.
He probably is still.
I'm pretty
Braden.
Braden. Yeah, I was like
Braden.
that's not his name. Scorpion Records. That's it. I was just like,
Scorpion Records.
Scorpion Records. Yeah, he brought that up earlier.
that's just it. It's like I'm
That's a
never.
blast from the past.
It was
It's constant.
the whole thing came from Stinger Studios.
Stinger Studios.
Because that was Wes's. That's Wes's.
Yep, Wes's.
studio, and we were gonna record there. And you kept calling it Scorpion Records.
But not maliciously.
No,
it's just
just
like
accidentally.
That's how dumb my brain gets
Yeah,
close.
it gets close.
but it's never right.
But then
like
he-
it's Brandon.
But
Not,
then we started
or
realizing
Brandon.
that you really were doing this in all scenarios.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
So it just became like this like code name for Tyler's doing that. Oh yeah, Scorpion Records, bro. Like,
I'll get you so close to the answer, but I'll never be right. Like so, like that's my. That's
it's
how
a-
I help out the conversation.
but it's
like
always
it's that direction.
It's always more fun to try too. You know, you don't want to try. You gotta keep trying. You know, because it's funny to try.
One of these days I'll get it right.
Oh yeah.
But now I'm just glad it's Brandon.
What's the saying? Broken clocks right twice a day.
Yeah. And I'm always just 11:59.
Oh man, that's money.
So you've been living in when you quit the band, you left and moved to Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty
to
sick.
do like work stuff
Colorado.
No.
to pursue your dreams and destiny.
Dude.
In the mountains.
Yes.
That was funny.
You're like that sounds good.
I was gonna say that was funny how that came about
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that was an internal band thing
That wasn't
that we were like, hey Ty, look, what about moving to Colorado? And you're like, because didn't we bring that to you? Like you had thought about it in your life.
Yeah,
but
my
then
brother lives out there.
Yeah, because your brother lived, and we brought it to you, and then you like raised an eyebrow, and you were like, I'm
Well, we were
seriously considering it. You're like, yeah, it's
Well,
fucking.
We were all thinking about.
And then we
moving.
all bailed.
Yeah.
That is really what happened.
That sounds.
Winston's like, on second thought, that was a horrible idea. And then like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
But if you really want to know what happened is we were like, dude, we're having trouble here as a band. Let's go somewhere
Yeah,
like.
right.
Oh
was
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's
We're like,
go
we
to
can't catch
Asher's.
it, and
Yeah.
like we're putting out so much good content and music, and
Didn't
like
feel like it was catching.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
so,
we gotta
like,
change something.
And I remember there was actually this internal discussion because it was, do we move to Colorado or California?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like,
No, California.
and I was just like, no, California. If like Colorado is the only one I'll go to.
Yeah, that's right.
Shit, guys, we should move to Colorado. Like not now, but
It is dope.
eventually.
Maybe
Lot
Well,
of-
here's the
lot of
problem with
tents.
Colorado.
A lot of tents. A lot of.
There's only Denver. You can play Denver and Fort Collins,
Yeah.
and then you can
Yeah.
play like Colorado Springs, and then Denver, and then Fort Collins. Otherwise, you're driving 12 hours to get to Utah.
Well, the best part about it would be
That's why we
that
stayed
being,
in
Texas.
being in the middle of things, so you could You know what I mean? Go to either coast.
If,
Well, that's
you're,
why,
if
like,
you're thinking countrywide,
Lancaster, you got
yeah.
Philly, Baltimore,
But yeah,
DC,
if you're-
Richmond,
If you're
New York.
like a regional, like local going regional band,
Yeah.
the East Coast is kick ass.
Yeah.
This is,
Oh,
a good
yeah.
place-
Can't
this
beat
is
it.
definitely a good place to be.
See, the nice thing about Colorado is like
Everything else.
it's great there.
The nice thing about
That-
You mean, like,
it's great.
You mean
there.
like you walk outside, like you can walk out of a Walmart and there's just like the most beautiful scenery you've ever seen in your fucking life.
It's exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I remember that experience.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, but you were talking about just loving the overcast Lancaster vibes.
I miss it.
Being
like
home again.
Oh,
growing
yeah.
up here, like in Denver, it's like 300 days of sun
Oh yeah.
out of 365,
Right.
and then like it's just like nice. So like you feel bad not being outside and enjoying it, and unfortunately, my job is to look at a computer all day.
Oh shit.
So like being home, it's just like it's like a little bit of flurries, and
Yeah.
it's like it's been overcast. I haven't seen the sun.
Yeah.
Like, and I've been home for like 8 days, and like it's just a different
hilarious.
vibe. But at the same time, it feels very comfortable. And like I'm walking around the city at 45 degrees with it being overcast, and I'm just like, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
I
dude.
miss it,
Yeah.
and I love it. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
But I've been gone for 7 years.
Yeah.
I miss home.
It is nice that you have a place though. To come
Yeah,
back to.
yeah.
A lot of people don't have that option, so that's pretty sick. Because then you can like, and your job is mobile.
It's very remote.
So that's cool, and it's cool. It's cool to have you back, Ty, because we always love getting to see you. And we're playing a show this Saturday at Phantom Power. Actually, this will be airing after that.
Last Saturday.
Yeah,
Phantom
last
Power.
Saturday when we played there.
When you hear this, tell yourself
us-
in the future to get into a time machine to go to the bathroom.
But honestly, it's a nice relationship to have because sometimes when bands break up or people leave for whatever reason, it's like you're not gonna have a smooth situation where like Ty comes home and then we play a show and he sits in with us.
Totally,
that's
man.
just totally cool and healthy.
It is. It's
I love
nice.
how I left
I
the
appreciate
band.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it was that show was so much fun,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah, it was
was
like you guys had a going
away
legitimate
chameleon.
Going away.
Chameleon doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like our
I know he
homies from
did.
like we had Seeds chants and stuff. It
Yeah.
was just like a huge culmination, and like you just really don't typically get that when you leave a band.
Yeah.
Because like typically it's like
It's
Oh.
you don't.
Yeah.
like you're
Well,
out.
even like the last show with Winton, we didn't know it was that.
Right.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So
I'm
it is. You're right about that. Like
Yeah.
to have a proper send off is kind of cool.
And
Yeah.
that was a good show.
It was great.
Yeah.
The only thing I
But,
didn't like
yeah.
The
about it
last one
was we
yeah,
played
you
that
should
song that I
know.
didn't write, and then I was like, guys, I don't know this song, and you taught me it before we played the show.
What was that? For what?
I don't know. It was like some new song you wrote with Jay. Because like I remember I like bailed on the New Year's Eve show and you played with Jay.
Yeah,
So like
that's
I
right.
was already out of the band. It was like a
yeah.
really weird transition
I forgot
period.
about that.
You played shows with a different bassist.
I forgot about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
was a smooth,
It's
smooth little
integrated.
Was it
transition.
Knowledge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Knowledge.
We played that for that podcast,
Yeah.
and I didn't know it. And then you guys were like, "Well, like just like figure it out." And then like it was a pretty solid bass riff.
Yeah.
It was like we just played it through one time, and then like we recorded it the second time, and that was
Yeah.
it. But then like we did it live, and I fucked up the root note. I was wrong the whole time.
Oh, that's
It's the
perfect.
only song
That's
I
the
played
best.
poorly, and I was like, I didn't do that on purpose. But I just
That's
didn't know.
amazing.
The wrong route. That's like the,
Yeah.
the most cardinal sin of all.
Yeah, I was just
It's
out
like-
of
It's like a
the
half
whole
step
time.
up.
Yeah, have them up.
It's like these notes will never blend no matter how hard you try.
I did the same thing when I bought my Boss pedal. I didn't realize that it was a tuner.
Dude.
I didn't realize the dot meant it was sharp.
Yeah,
and my
yeah.
A was A sharp the
I remember
whole
this.
set.
Yeah, I
The
remember
whole set.
that.
I kept trying to. It was a chameleon show.
It was a chameleon
huge.
show, yeah.
I ruined the whole set.
Yeah.
My A was out, and I knew
Oh,
it,
man.
but I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. What's that? You said something.
No, dude,
No,
that memory
that's-
stays in my head. So like moving forward, when I talk to musicians about Boss pedals, or like somebody gets a Boss pedal, like Henry just got a Boss pedal, and I'm like, dude, by the way,
That
check that fucking red dot, dude.
We were
Because I've seen it sabotage the set once.
it's like the chameleon show back then was like, oh man. It was
Yeah.
like that's the. I mean, it wasn't like a once in a lifetime, but that was the top tier show.
That's our like like meat and potatoes show.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
700
dude.
people.
Yeah.
We get paid a lot, and it was like such a great audience. And that was back when Frankie was doing the lights, because Frankie recorded us and knew our stuff.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
light show was so
Epic.
epic.
That was sick.
always so good.
I didn't.
yeah.
I took that for granted
Yep, I was gonna say that.
because like he recorded Question by a Ghost, and then he did lights for Chameleon at the same time. So when we were playing, like the first time I ever got on stage with like a set light, it was
Yeah,
syncopated
Yeah.
directly to the
Yeah.
stops.
it's like we were becoming professional without trying it.
right.
And
I-
it was just a fluke.
I
Though.
saw you guys. It must have been slightly after Ripe was released. It was like slightly after Ripe was released. I saw you guys at the Chameleon. I don't think it was the Farewell show.
You would have known.
But yeah. I don't think it was that show.
Yeah.
But I saw you, and I remember my thought was that how fucking tight you guys were. I was like, oh man, and you guys were playing like it was like State of Mind or
It was the craziest stuff.
or Ode to Seeds. It was like whatever you were playing when I saw it was like something that blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, and then yeah, so it was like crazy when I saw you after that when Ty wasn't in the band. It was just like so different.
Huge.
It's just like you guys had to like how much the chemistry of the people involved matter.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, if you don't have somebody that can carry the load, it nothing against Jay or.
It's a big load.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't like the phrasing,
and
but
Jay.
It's a big load.
Jay,
It's like the
Jay
biggest
was playing
load,
Atomic 7 and
the biggest
Creature.
load.
Jay could do it.
Yeah, sure.
But it's like
Shooting ropes.
composing shit like that. That's not easy.
No, yeah,
on
that's-
that level.
Yeah, that was always the hardest thing to find. Actually, did we ever find? No, I mean, that was the hardest thing to find. No, it was like between the other two bassists, that's what was missing, the writing piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and like, well, I mean,
it's-
you're the best player too, but still, like the biggest thing was like like we wanted like a
Yeah.
fucking companion
Like
to write with.
what you guys had. You
Yeah,
know
what
I
we
mean?
had. With
what we had
Tyler.
was so
That
rare.
is what it was.
We were all like singer-songwriters,
It was
all
like-
three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I played guitar since I was 12 and was in a band for like a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until that time, just singing and songwriting.
It's
and
hard to
then-
find someone that has that experience and is willing to play bass.
Right.
Yeah.
At the
So
same
I love
time.
you say
Yeah.
willing because
That-
that's
yeah.
what it is at first, and then
Yeah.
you realize like what the bass is. And this is,
Yeah.
I'm gonna this is why bass is the most badass instrument.
Preach, brother.
Drummers don't have to care about the key at all, and guitarists just to have fun with the measures and doing whatever they want. They don't really have to care about the kick, and the bassist has to know both and has to be in sync with everything, and they connect the glue of the band. Everyone has
yeah.
their part, but
Yeah.
as a bassist, very unbiasedly,
Yeah.
bassists are the best.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because
They are the best.
my role as
I was there with
my,
you.
my bassist
So
journey
right at the end.
was that both of my cousins. I was in a band ever since I was in 5th grade, right? Both of my cousins were older than me and played guitar. So fuck you, we're playing guitar.
Yeah.
You know. So I played drums and sang, and then we got my friend Adam who could play drums for real. So then
There you go.
I got a bass because we needed a bassist.
And here you are now.
And here I am now. No, but I played bass in New York because that was how you could earn money.
Right.
Playing music.
That's cool.
Is you could play
I hate
bass
that
for
that's
people,
it.
'cause
They're
Nobody
like,
wants to do it.
they're like, well, it's like the only
Yeah.
fix in music. It's like, well, yeah, like you could do it.
You need
and
it.
you get money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I learned
don't
to
know.
appreciate, like we were talking about, like Bootsy Collins and James Jamerson.
it's
the
like-
bassist, man.
It's the only instrument that like you have to go.
Kitty,
It's the only instrument that you like. If you're starting a band, you have to like explain the position of what that player does. You know what I mean?
Right, it
Like
is-
a guitar player can just go in there and you don't have to explain what the role is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A bass player is a role.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It-
It's
it-
like a lineman or something in like
Yeah.
a football team.
That's it. Because if you have
You
a
know what I
shitty
mean?
lineman, your quarterback
Everything falls
can't
apart.
do anything.
Yeah,
He just gets tackled.
Yeah. So you're it's the most overlooked thing, but it's the most glued. Yeah, it's so weird. It's just a fascinating position to be in a band or role.
Yeah, I really love playing with Alex. Honestly, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't mean that to mean that I don't like playing with you.
Yeah.
But playing with you is so awesome. Actually, let's start there because I love playing with you because
fuck you,
I get to harmonize with you.
I'm awesome.
And like I take for granted that you've been playing with Alex Almond for this whole time.
Yeah.
So your rhythm is really good.
Yeah.
So
our
like
rhythms
when-
are like similar.
Like
and
we're
stuff.
able to, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
we're able to gel in a way that's very complimentary.
Yeah.
And then with Alex, I'm finding like rhythm combinations I didn't even know existed.
That's how I feel
That I'm
about
like
it.
That
able
is how it goes.
to sync
Yeah.
with and be like, oh, if I apply a little bit of that gel right here, all of
Yeah.
a sudden it's like makes him shine a little bit.
Like Alex
You
will
know?
follow my guitar part really well, and then but he's adding extra stuff.
Yeah.
In like with the ghost
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever, and then you get to enhance all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then make him sound better.
Right.
And all of us sound better.
you put a melody to
Yeah.
the hit
Like,
that he's creating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like
because what I'm
like
doing
magic.
is already
Music. Yeah.
in a way complementary usually to at least the guitar.
And like we were
Yeah,
saying,
at
like
least.
when Alex
You really
is
do,
in
man.
the pocket everything just like fits on top of it like a silk sheets. You know what I mean?
It is.
So it's really like
Butter,
we if we're all on our game, it's like this. It literally is a sum.
It's like a well-made
that's
bed.
bigger than the sum of the parts. You know.
Yeah.
And that you guys always did that, and that's what I mean. Like when I saw you guys back then, I had that feeling. It was like, you know, like I said to you in the car. It's like when I was debating doing music again after leaving it to like get married and have kids. I was like, I'll only be in the best band around, and then I was like, yeah, these guys
are okay.
These guys are good.
Yeah.
I bet we could be better, and then we got real good.
Yeah, we got real good, and we're still getting better.
Still getting better.
Still getting
I was
better.
right. I was
Yeah.
right in both counts.
Yeah, you definitely were.
Justin said something to me the other day, which like was an epiphany for me. It was a realization where he was like, yeah, you know, like painters painting paintings, and that direction was kind of required because when you're writing new music, you couldn't write State of Mind again.
Yeah.
Because when you're writing new music, everyone, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Again, nothing against those basses. It was.
Yes.
I played a finger-picking guitar-style bass on a 5-string.
Yeah.
That's very difficult to come into and just like figure it out.
Yep.
But without that, I thought when I left, that was the direction that was wanted to go in. And it's
Right.
like, this is what we want to do. And then he was like, well, I mean, like,
That's what they had to do.
how you gotta write State of Mind too?
Right.
How do you write like Beautiful
Oh
Creatures?
yeah, no,
with,
you're so right.
with who's in the band.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? At the time, you
Painters
have
is
to.
a great example because it was such a collaborative work between the four of us.
Yeah.
And it was more complicated for us, even as a 4-piece, just in arrangement wise, because we really got simple.
Yeah.
So Painters was like arrangement wise was still pushing it for us a little bit as a 4-piece, you know, which is funny because so it was kind of like it wasn't trying to be that, but it was kind of like the best we could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like without making it sound bad.
Yeah, like you said earlier,
It
like
sounds
all
bad,
music's
but-
different.
Yeah.
Right, and so like the doors that you previously were like really casual, just opening in and playing in, were closed,
Yeah.
and then you just had to go to different doors.
Yeah.
Well, that's why when I first joined the band and it was like, here's the material, like here's the catalog, I was really keen to go back and play some of those more Thai shit, like
Totally.
Nova and fucking, you know,
Rips.
Atomic 7 and shit, you know?
Rips.
Rips.
It's my favorite song.
Yeah, we did do that.
It begins and ends with crickets.
And by the way, there's a 4-piece version of Rest in Pieces on the Patreon you can get for $1 if you go to our
There you
Medusa
go.
Disco Patreon.
I've heard it's
Look at
great.
Patreon, guys.
I'm a member.
I don't know why I'm saying.
So yeah, so playing those songs, it was like, oh yeah, we can play these, you know, and that's even as a trio now, it's like we can play these because we've been playing them, and yeah, they're good songs, you know. I definitely really like the old stuff. I agree with a lot of those fans. It's some good shit.
Yeah, man.
I really like the stuff we're doing now though too. So it works out.
Yeah, I love the
Also,
new
like-
stuff the most now, obviously.
I always love the new stuff. It really doesn't matter what it is.
But,
I
well,
just always love the new stuff.
I think that is the way it is for most.
It's coming
artists.
around though.
Yeah.
Like it's matured where like we are able to write. It's not state of mind stuff, but it doesn't have to be.
We could.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess like that you could.
Oh yeah.
But, like, that's just not
I
like-
mean, we wrote Perseus.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like-
I love that song.
Yeah.
I love it because like that was like an idea we had,
Yeah.
and then we tried to learn Achilles' Last Stand
Oh yeah.
when we
did.
were at the tobacco
I
warehouse.
forgot about that.
Yeah, and then like we suck at covering things because we're like, well, let's write music.
Yeah.
So like then we like kind of started to try to make an ode to it, and then we just got distracted. We
Yeah.
didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So like the fact that it came back up, Justin's like, yeah, we like love this song Achilles. I'm like, that's our favorite Led Zeppelin song. It's so
Yeah.
good. He's like, and then like we made an ode to it. It's like this crazy
the
different
idea
thing.
was still there when
Yeah.
you were there.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
It's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
God. Dude, I literally love that.
And it is still the like Greek mythology piece too. Like it's still
Yeah.
the core of the Medusa's disco thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's absolutely its own song, but you can feel the influence.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we were trying to plan
Oh,
to do.
we
Yeah.
have made no bones about that. Like, well,
It's a great song.
Openly,
Oh yeah, I would admit to it. I'll pay homage to Zeppelin any day of my life.
Hell yeah.
You know
It's
what
Good
I
band.
mean?
I know
Great-
it's, you look them
I don't know
up.
if you've
Look
heard
'em
of
up.
them,
Yeah. I don't know if it's
Dude, A and B the riffs, dude. Like you can see where
Yeah.
I came, like where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. You know what I mean? I think it's a great thing. Like if you're writing music and you're like, how do you come up with something and not steal something? I'll be like, I don't know. Go look at that.
Yeah.
Like tell me if you feel like it's ripped off or not. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I don't think it is.
I don't think
it feels like it's an inspiration.
Literally,
you know?
It is.
literally,
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin literally is the best
And they
example
do that.
of that band.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
That.
Of that, yeah. So
Like
you
that
could do the
beginning
same
to rock
thing.
and roll is like deliberately a Chuck Berry song.
Yeah, you could do that with their songs to the songs that they originally did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another great exercise. I think all musicians should do that.
So it's not
Yeah.
even a problem, especially because like what we do is a traditional, like it's rooted in traditions. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like we're
It's like Thanksgiving.
going by like we take the like rock and roll, blues, like jazz, country, funk, all these traditions, and we get to play with them. You know what I mean?
We
And,
get to
like,
make soup.
make this soup where it's
Yeah, dude.
we're using the components of each one and mixing them together and
Dude, we're fucking.
That's a stew.
adding stops.
That's the stew.
It's a
dude.
stew.
We're deglazing that fucking pan. That's what we're
Deglaze
doing
that
right
pan.
Deglaze in the
now.
pan?
We're
Are you guys
deglazing
hungry?
that fucking pan.
Is that what's happening?
Nah.
We should throw it in a walk after that, dude.
Walk
Throw it in a walk.
Throw it in a
Walk and roll, dude.
Waka waka. dude.
Walk and roll. No.
Waka
That's
waka.
great.
Yeah, dude.
Is there
Dude.
anything like?
Let's address the new trophy.
Yeah, I was
We
gonna
did-
say.
Yeah.
The new old.
We talked
trophy.
about it before it started, right? Or did we
Yeah,
talk
we
about it?
briefly-
Right when it started,
Right when it-
but we didn't get to say.
Yeah.
Spyro.
Yeah, there's a whole nugget of a memory in
That's
there.
our first championship we won.
This is the only nobody ever wins anything. That's how I feel like. But we won this
got,
somehow.
We got wrecked so many times.
Yeah.
Where all of the judges of a battle of the bands comes up to you and goes, "Oh, well, we like voted for you,
Yeah.
but that band is signed and needs studio time, and this is just like,
Yeah.
this is just kind of like a shell game to get them free studio time."
Yeah.
It happened like
that
3 or 4
happens.
times.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Crazy experience.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
And then we won.
But we won this one.
Yeah.
We won this one.
Won.
A proper
No.
battle of the bands.
We did win,
Yeah,
but yeah, Field of Screams.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people, I'm sure y'all know that.
That was
Yeah,
a fun
from
show.
PA.
Yeah.
2013, I'm sure you were there.
2013.
2013. Yeah, I bet you were there.
Yeah.
Dude, wait, that wasn't. Was that just? Did we dress up as women that day?
No. No.
That was the
Okay.
second time we played
So-
Field of Screams. We got the show.
that clip.
We got the show from winning.
Okay.
We got to play Halloween at
Yeah.
Field of Screams.
That's what it
And then we
was.
got the 2-song
Yep.
horrible.
That's what we won.
Horrible audio
We
quality.
won the
recording.
show
Yeah.
in the Spiro recording session.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And ham sandwiches.
But that's what we really won was ham sandwiches.
Dude, across so
Best sandwiches I've ever had in my life.
Ham brain.
dude,
Damn
everything
right.
was it was run by these Amish people, man, or Mennonite.
We're cutting
whichever.
right to the sandwiches.
We're going right to the sandwiches.
We've
Yeah.
gone over all
Good news
musical
first.
things.
It
Good
is
news first, yeah.
Good news
Best
first.
sandwiches.
It is what was notable the most about the experience.
Was
It
the
really
ham
was. It was the best
It
thing
was
that came
the
out.
Oh gosh, everything was like farm fresh.
Oh yeah.
You know,
It was,
They made it on the spot for
They
you.
picked the bread in front of
It's
us
like it
right
was
off the tree.
Subway, but
The
fresh.
bread.
Breadway.
It was breadway,
It
dude.
was, yeah, and like you went around the whole thing, and you're like, I would like that, and there was just like this weird smorgasbord where you just got to pick everything. They made the sandwich, they cut it
Yeah.
for you,
What-
and it was just
We sat outside and ate it like on the curb.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the funny thing was too is they were like, you could tell they were like sweet, and they kind of like had that like slight, like, judging, but like also kind of like, oh, you guys are adorable because we're all nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just
not at all. I have no
I-
idea what it means.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think they were judging at all. They were just like nice
Oh
people.
no, not.
We come from a different land. They were Mennonites.
They had the first.
That's what I mean.
It was like
you
the
could
first.
tell they were just like, oh, these guys.
It was like the first
eh.
glance effect. You know.
They
what
gave
I
us
mean?
pins.
Like,
Do you not remember? And like, they loved us.
Oh,
Do you remember
I-
that? We got like little flashlights.
yeah, but that's because
It
we're
had the
fucking
name on it.
charmers, bro.
Yeah, we're
I
just
think
charmers.
you're
Yeah.
saying
Charmers.
they were skeptical at first, and perhaps the charm.
I
wore
felt
them
very
down.
well. I guess I just had a different experience. We're different people.
Well, I didn't say I didn't feel welcome. I felt judged in a nice way.
I think he might have
Okay.
like. I think it
I
might
guess-
have. At very least, it was neutral. I think Alex felt the charm. I think he felt us charming them.
Yeah,
And he saw the progression.
Yeah,
So it wasn't like they hated us, but it was
I
like
see.
he felt the love progress.
We were
You know
just
what I mean?
we were just
Like-
some weird hippies with long hair trying to buy a sandwich, and then we
Yeah.
left as friends.
Yeah.
You know, and that was
That's what-
a
yeah,
trajectory.
exactly.
I get
That
it.
is what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we did form. Didn't
They
we go
came
back?
to multiple shows. We did go
Okay,
back.
did they come to shows?
They did come to shows, and she's
Wow.
like, she
No,
literally,
I forgot.
she like literally, it was 2 years later, and she came up to me. She's like, I'm not gonna share. I'm positive you won't remember this.
Yeah.
But you guys came in for sandwiches one time. I'm like, oh my god, I love you. You
Dude,
made the
it's
best
coming
sandwich.
back, dude.
It was
Oh
a
my
very
gosh,
big moment in
I
the
remember
band.
that.
There's
Oh
like pre and
my
post
gosh.
sandwich.
Yeah, the real sandwiches are the friends you make.
That
along
was
the way.
that's incredible. Dude.
Yeah, the real
I can't
sandwiches.
Will the real sandwich please stand up?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Those sandwiches were so good.
They were.
And then it really completely.
And then we recorded some music or whatever.
If you think
And
about
it really
it,
completely.
this trophy
skim over the
is
whole
a testament to those sandwiches.
Those
Yeah,
sandwiches,
Because that is what rings the most true.
that's actually their trophy now. Because that is what.
Isn't that funny that like the
We should
only Battle
find
of the
them and
Bands
go
we
get
won,
sandwiches and eat them on the podcast.
the actual
have
thing we
them.
won was like a dud.
Yeah.
And then like, but we
Super
then
dud.
got sandwiches,
Yeah.
and that was good.
We'll see what
That's
happens.
the most memorable
It's
part.
an experience
about
that
it.
counts.
It sounded great in the studio.
It did.
It sounded great.
That
in
studio
the
was
studio.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, that's the
It was-
funny part.
We were just like, bopping. This sounds amazing.
It could
Great
not have
job,
been
Spiro.
better.
Everything sounds great. And then we get it. It just sounds so
no,
bad.
you gotta.
Do you
There's
still
a whole
have it?
there's a whole fun story. It
you
was
still have it?
What was it, though?
He sent it to us, and I was at Alex's house before anyone else.
Is it emailed?
So Telex Ondale was like
emailed.
locked and ready.
Dude, we could get it.
It was probably emailed or
It was
something.
emailed.
Yeah, it's probably emailed.
We probably could.
It's absolutely trash.
Nah,
Um,
Is it
oh,
Seeds
I-
Lancaster?
It's,
No.
It
There's-
probably was like to an external. It was.
there's
It
a
was.
continuation. There's a continuation to it.
I don't know.
Because we tried to get the stems from them.
Oh, that's yeah. You're telling the story. You're like, let's start at the end. So we record. We get sandwiches. We went over that. We record the music, which was really fun. We were listening to it. Spyro seems like a great gentleman. He's been doing live sound for a very long time.
Filling in the blanks and Nova.
Nova, that was a single. And filling in the blanks as we played is what won us this. Because I don't know if you remember this. It's like locked in my memory forever.
Yeah.
When we were done filling in the blanks, one of the judges, and this is like before the competition over, he's just like, that's fucking rock and roll.
Yeah.
I was like, damn,
I do remember that.
we're a rock and roll band.
That's when we started really throwing in the stops.
Yeah. We were like,
You had the idea to flip the riff.
yeah. Dude, I always play something in reverse on the third time, and it sounds so like that's it. It's an equation.
Oh, dude, this email chain of the Spyro thing is just so funny.
Oh, it's cringy.
It's like,
Does it have the Ken?
hey Ken, this is the link, and then it's like, hey Ken, can't download the link. Tried to listen to it, and then it's like, hey, haven't opened the files, won't recognize it. By the way, this is not my email address. Can you email it at this other email address? Hopefully you've had time to look at this. This is pushing back our vinyl plans pretty bad.
Oh yeah, we were gonna make it a vinyl. It was gonna be a
Oh
double
my
single.
God, that's
Yeah.
so dumb.
Oh man,
so
it would have
But
been so
anyway,
great.
it's a
We had
Dropbox
plans.
link that's been deleted, unfortunately.
That makes sense. I can probably find it.
That's
I don't.
so funny.
It's on my old computer. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to hear
It's-
just
it's
how bad
so
it is.
horrible.
Me too.
I need to hear
Oh,
how
it
bad
came
is.
back.
I don't
Dude.
even know how it's so bad. It's like okay.
'Cause-
So we get the track. We get the email.
It just
Yeah,
mixed
we get the
horribly.
email.
We're supposed to wait for you and Winton to get there so we can all listen to it, and we have no
understand. What
songs are
impulse
these?
control. So like we were like we're gonna listen.
We said it was Nova and filling in the blanks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nova fill in the blanks with the songs.
Yeah.
And he has a radio that like we're trying to figure out. It's on a USB drive. We're trying to figure out how to play it on his like radio that he hasn't used in a while or something. So we get it to work, and we're like, man, your radio's busted. Like this isn't great. So we're like, I think we had to wait for you guys to get there. Because when you came in, I remember not sharing the disappointment yet. We were just like, oh, we couldn't listen to it.
I do remember that.
And then some mechanism of playing back the audio happened that you guys had where we could listen to it. And then it all hit us within the first 30 seconds where it was like,
This sucks.
oh, this is just absolutely horrible. It's like, it wasn't even like the mix and mastering was bad. It was like, there was static. And then like, there was like things like the takes.
There was missing vocal lines.
And then like, it sounded like.
Yeah, there was missing. It was like words that would cut like words cut out.
It was so wild.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then and we were in the studio and we heard it. I have a recording of a video of us listening to the playback and it was
What?
amazing.
That's what the crazy. Yeah.
That's the craziest part is he went in and he's like, okay, let me just like let me tweak this.
It's like he had
Fuck this up real
It's
good.
like he had a virtual chainsaw and he just drug the mouse through it.
He's like doing,
Yeah, dude, it
doing
was
lines
crazy.
of blow and just like, yeah.
It was nuts.
And then we could like we tried to like be gentle about it, but this is also when we were trying out our first manager ever. And he's like used to like running like a venue that people care about and having any leverage.
The Strand.
Yeah. So he's used to like business, and we're like these people who want to Field of Screams battle the. and yeah, he tried to
fucking
leverage it. He's like,
kids.
we need more time, and like, and then Spyro was just like, all right, well, I'm just a ghost,
Yeah.
and then it just died.
Oh no, yeah.
Never got stems, never got anything.
Ken was definitely a fucking guard dog about it and just yeah. And
He came out hot.
Yeah, he did.
And Spyro was like, I'll just delete it then. Fuck you.
Basically.
And that's what he did.
Yeah, he's like, I did this for free.
Yeah.
Yep, I did this for free, so I guess I'll just delete it.
I
And
mean,
we're
being,
like,
He didn't
being too
delete the stems,
aggressive,
did he?
Like,
Oh, no.
he said he was going to delete it.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
That's actually super fair. It's like totally a thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's totally a thing he probably did.
yeah.
Hope he's doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't hear well.
No.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
I mean, there was a very apparent evidence.
Yeah.
Because again, like then we were like, maybe you sent the wrong files. And he's like, no, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man.
This is off.
We're not
We
doing
missed.
anything with this.
I forgot we were gonna make that.
dude,
We
I
were
really want to hear it.
It's
I
just
hope
bad.
so.
I
I
mean,
hope
it's like
so.
it's not even. I think it would just hurt again. I just remember that pain of
I
being
want it
like,
to hurt.
we were so excited what we were gonna do with it. We're like, we're gonna press this vinyl. We're gonna have like a double single. It's like we have
Dude,
we have
there's
this
still-
new
we
content
can
with
still
these
do it.
great new
We can
still
songs.
press it,
Still
dude.
do it. It's the fucking shittiest thing ever.
Well,
Can you like use it as like a coaster?
Yeah.
the thing was, too, is we were excited because it
It's
sounded good
exclusive,
in the
dude.
studio.
It sounded so good.
Yeah,
I'll find
he worked hard to kill that.
I'll
shit.
find the video of us listening to it. That's
there
what
you
you should
go.
release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the sandwiches must have, like, tricked our ears into thinking it sounded good in
We were
the
just-
We were on a
You thought
sandwich
it
high.
sounded
high
good,
as
but
fuck.
you
Yeah.
were confused. It was the sandwiches.
It was the
man.
ham.
And-
sandwiches.
and
We
all
were high
out.
on sandwiches.
You had
Do you remember
ham-brain,
that?
dude.
Do you remember that
Ham-brain?
studio?
Yeah.
It was like underground.
Yeah.
Like
I do.
You went into this house that's like looks like your grandma's house in
Yep.
Pennsylvania, and it's like nothing special. And it's like a little music store. And you
There's
go
like
through
a
this. Like,
gumball machine. I remember this. Like.
yeah,
Yeah.
You go through the back door, and it's like this spiral staircase, like an evil lair, into
Yeah.
this high end
Yep.
studio that's beautiful with like hardwood and like a giant grandstand piano. Like it was just
Yep.
like
Damn.
what?
Huge glass window.
And
Fucking
then-
the whole nine. Dude.
And then as we're recording, Spyro just has to go up and sell stuff. So
Oh,
it took
yeah.
us forever to record 2 songs because
Oh,
we'd be
wow.
halfway through take, be like, I gotta cut it. Someone came in the store.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Wild.
that was a fun time.
Very
Beautiful.
interesting.
Why don't you just run the tape and just let him do it?
Because you'd hear him going up and down.
Sounds
Yeah. Yeah,
Very interesting. That was a very interesting experience.
it was. That was also our first time in studio, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Or-
you
no,
don't
we
know
did.
better.
We did Queens or Queens, Queens of Ghost.
Well, we did Q bag.
God damn it, Scorpion
But
Records.
But it was
Yeah,
like
Quebec, we did it. We did drums at your dad's
Queens
house.
it was fragmented.
And
Queens
did
of the
the rest
Ghost
of the
Age,
barn.
dude.
Yeah, Queens of the Ghost Stage is it.
Yeah, it was a little fragmented.
It was
Yeah.
very, and then we reamped. That was the
Yeah.
only time I've ever
we
reamped.
reamped. Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad move.
Yeah, we were like.
Really, you don't like that? I love Question by a Ghost. Listening to
I
it
love
now.
Q bag.
Oh, Quebec was the reamped one?
Yeah.
What was the what happened with Fork Tongue, man?
Fork Tongue was Raw Dog.
Dude, Fork Tongue was,
that was
this exact
atrocious.
scenario,
Yeah.
but with like a good person.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
finished 2 songs in first takes.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, do you have any more?
Yeah.
And then we did 11 songs. It was supposed to
Yeah.
be a 2-song thing. It was it.
But the tone, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I have the stems for that. I have.
I'm so
everything.
glad you have the stems.
I want to reamp that. That's what I'm thinking.
Dude,
of.
that's
I should reamp
that's
it.
like all the
That'd be great.
That's a lot of
growth.
work.
You can if you want to hear
It
my
is, and just to
growth-
get into better Fork Tongue Fables.
Yeah, exactly.
This is literally
It's
what we
already
went through
pretty
at the
good.
time.
It's already pretty
Yeah.
good.
Wynn was so about redoing Fork Tongue Fables.
Yeah.
Do you remember he was like, he wanted to direct all of our practice to relearning it so we could like re-release it?
No,
with,
I don't
like-
remember that.
Yeah, he wanted to re-record all of
probably
it.
got
That's
shit.
crazy.
The only way we got it out of his head was to re-record Beautiful,
Beautiful
Creatures.
Creature. Yeah.
Because we changed it so much.
Yeah.
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 That's
and then,
crazy. I don't
And
know.
I remember I was like adamantly against that because
yeah, I was like, we already did it.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
remember
already
that.
did it,
It's like-
and this is like
New
why
music,
is this? We're just shoehorning this in.
Yeah.
Like
and
this is kind of dumb.
I love the sound of Fork Tongue Fables. It's like absolutely not perfect.
There's so many.
But it sounds like it was recorded like it was,
Yeah.
which is raw and having fun and in sync, and we were all in the same room
It
playing
definitely
together.
has a vibe. It's definitely.
it has a vibe hardcore.
You know
it's
what-
definitely well appreciated.
You know, what
Sonically,
I
it could be
will
way
always
better.
Remember?
Yeah.
You know what I will always remember about the recording of Fork Tongue Fables is that first night we recorded all day, and you and Winton were trying to go to bed,
Mhm.
and me and Hunter were trying to get high.
We were scraping.
That's
the
when I was
walls.
like,
So we were.
they might have a problem.
We were.
Like,
we were
it was like hours.
We were fucking.
It's hours.
Yeah. Figuring out how to.
It's probably
scrape-
like an hour, dude.
It was like an hour. We were scraping.
It was literally days.
It was literally that. We were only there.
scraping a ball, some res.
Yeah,
We had the tiniest, shittiest little metal piece too. It sucked ass.
It sucked ass, but we fucking got.
It could not have been.
Scraped it.
It could not have been less worth it at the end. Like
Yeah.
they
It
they
was
spent like an
worth it.
hour and a
It helped
half.
us sleep.
Let's
It
just
was.
cut the difference.
Yeah.
An hour and a half. A little over
It
an hour.
was an
less
hour
than
and a
two.
half.
Yeah.
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 And like
About
we
an
were
hour
just
and a
trying to sleep. We're like, guys, we have like an entire day of recording music, and you guys like can't go to sleep without it. And then when they were done,
Yeah.
it was like this like little the saddest pile.
It was like 2 hits.
and then like you
Yeah.
still like you got your fix.
Yeah, we did.
Well, we smoked it downstairs outside. You guys were upstairs laying down through a lot of our.
Yeah, we tried to
Yeah.
go to bed, but like it's
Listen,
impossible
I
because you just
spent
hear
way more
like
time
symbols
trying
like,
to get
you know, like little people walking
You know,
around.
as kids, I've spent entire days trying to get to that small bit of resin day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a savior.
Well, to me, I was like, well, then after you hit that res, you have nothing for tomorrow. You know,
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, that's
isn't
true.
that when you want to do it?
That's it.
Well, we didn't
that
have
what you
anything-
wanna do,
We
huh?
didn't have anything
We're gonna
then.
be sober tomorrow.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything then,
And then,
so it didn't matter.
do you remember though? Like we were woken up with breakfast in bed. We like slept
Yeah.
on the floor. It was such an
Yeah.
organic experience. We
It
were
was.
there, and then like we were there the whole weekend. We just slept on the
Yeah.
floor of the studio, had some pillows and blankets, and then like in the morning came in with like eggs and stuff on this like tray with like coffee. It was like this warm like getting ready, and then we just got back into it.
Yeah.
Did Beautiful Creatures. We just wrote it. We played it for the first time at
Yeah,
Tellus,
that's right.
and then we recorded it in one shot.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was just like,
Dude, how
well,
about-
that's it.
how about
that's why the
cricket-
bass line
dude.
it doesn't sync up with the vocals.
Those crickets.
The crickets.
Dude, that's funny.
I love it.
Yeah.
We couldn't get rid of them. We couldn't find them.
Yeah. It was on the vocal track
Yeah.
from the garage.
There was in the
'Cause I was
garage.
downstairs
Yeah, that's
because
great.
me and Winton laid down the vocals at the same time.
Yeah.
So he was upstairs and I was downstairs in the garage.
And that was one take.
And that was all
You
one
did the
take.
entire
Yeah.
album of
Yeah.
vocals in one take.
one take, yeah.
And then you went back and did, I think, like, I did. That's why, like, my vocals are in there and they shouldn't be, which I love.
Yeah.
Like, you'll hear me in the background, like, do, like, a vocal I wouldn't do normally, but I was like, oh, we'll cut it.
Yeah.
Now it's, like, there forever.
yeah. Because we just did it.
Yeah. It was really raw. And, like, I love Andy Dulac. He is a great studio engineer.
Yeah.
You know what
Did not-
album
did not-
sounds the best? Though?
Well, also, it
it's
was
Fruit.
Fruit.
Fruit from a Timeless Planet sounds amazing.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
a
I mean?
beautiful
like,
album.
Like the tone of that,
Totally.
and like the way it's recorded, so clean.
Absolutely.
We were
Yeah.
one
That
and
was
one
Dave.
with Dave.
Yeah.
Dave is who made that album.
Yeah.
Like,
He did Ripe too, right?
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but also Winton had his hand all over that.
Well, to be honest, yeah. Dave produced Fruit, and then Winton and Dave produced
If
Ripe.
if
No.
Ripe was the clean,
Dave
like,
produced
dynamic
Ripe.
level,
Yeah, but
Winton didn't produce right.
Yeah, but-
I'll die on that.
no,
No.
that's
He
true.
didn't.
But Winton
He took production input
Yeah,
and then
but-
recorded it. That's called being produced. It's
Yeah.
not producing. He didn't come up with the idea.
He wasn't.
The producer did.
We all
And
he did it.
We all produced, but Winton was there on days that we weren't there.
Right.
And
Yeah,
was
he did.
fucking shit up, dude.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's not producing.
Yeah, but
That's metal.
But all I'm gonna say is, all I'm gonna say is you shouldn't fight it because he put his name on the worst produced album. So you know what I mean? Like
Do you remember? me
He
being
did, though.
The only problem with that album is that it's just too. It's like mastered poorly.
I
Like if we could get those stems,
but that is
if
the
that
production,
existed-
bro.
No,
like
you're right.
like that is where that's the
They
worst.
wanted it to be that.
Like
Slammed.
Winton, that was his like the mastering thing. That was Winton and Dave at the tail end.
Yeah.
and that's where the production fucked up.
Yeah.
like we recorded it and it was good. Like, do you think we would have let it sound that way the whole time?
Yeah.
Dude, I wasn't aware we don't like Ripe. I gotta switch
No,
gears.
Okay, so listen.
Really?
It sounds horrible. Is what that's what I say.
It's
If you
it's the
listen to
worst
it-
production.
If you listen to
Out
it,
of all of it.
it's just dynamically squashed.
It's
the whole time.
squashed.
It's
Yeah,
just-
we squashed it, bro.
And you listen
Go
to
back
it's
and
like
listen to it.
The hi hat's really bright and tinny.
Yeah.
And like certain things are like way louder than they should be, and I mean it just feels like incomplete.
Dude, best
Yeah.
songwriting, like progression or like
Totally.
progressive wise.
I hate the song list.
But
I hate the song.
the track list.
Yeah.
But
I remember
you don't
like,
like otherwise. That's why.
Well, beautiful.
well,
Creatures shouldn't have
I
been on
absolutely
that
hate
album
otherwise the
either.
song.
Yeah.
And
That-
I didn't like
Fuck the album up.
it's like Ode to
so
Seeds
funny.
and Atomic Seven are like next to each other. It's like, bro,
yeah, give it.
like
That's, yeah.
I'm exhausted listening to this album.
Yeah, that was the.
That's
feedback.
how. But that's because of the way it was mastered.
Yeah, we did. I mean,
Yeah, there's dynamically no.
There's no break.
Yeah.
There's no break.
Yeah.
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 Do you remember?
And that's what bums me out about that record.
What bums me out is that
No one listens to it.
It's been delayed.
looking at streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
Also, I left the band
there's
so you couldn't
no-
play it live afterwards. So
Yeah.
like,
I don't know who
So,
did
yeah,
it.
exactly.
I think maybe it was Winton who reached out to Dave about those stems, and he said that he had to get rid of that hard drive or something.
Mhm.
They don't exist,
Gotcha.
so we can't go back. Because I remember, like, I got the other one, and
You know
then
what?
Q-Bag, I don't think we have access to.
I don't even care about the stems of Ripe. You know what hurts my soul?
I do.
Do you know what hurts my soul?
What?
That's fair. The jam that you and I did with Dave
Yeah, that you never got.
that I never got. It was a 9-minute
Oh, that was so good.
perfect,
With the
was
Interstellar?
so good.
Yeah,
perfect jam
That was so
on a
good.
new pedal board, and it was
Yeah.
so
Good.
tight. It was like peak Tyler Sondale.
It was.
Oh, it was so
And it was
good.
a song. I was like, fucking cut that.
You guys were on fire.
It was insane. And I was like, and Dave didn't want to bounce it down. He's like, we'll bounce it down next time. And then wasn't the next time.
And we kept asking and
I
asking.
know.
and
He never
asking,
wanted to
and
do
he
it.
never
And
did.
then it was on the same hard drive of right.
Every time it was, we'll bounce it down next time for like 10 sessions.
Yeah.
Dude, that was nuts.
And
It
it was
hurts.
so good.
It was such a good, captured, well
It was.
recorded.
It's one of those moments that you can't. It was
Yo,
irreplicable.
Which one of these pedals was it?
Oh, I have the Interstellar.
Oh, you have it.
Yeah.
Let me see what it looks like. I should probably fuck with one.
Dude,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Dude,
you
Interstellar.
should.
It brings
Yeah, you
the
should.
rip.
It's
And
like-
I love that.
Now you don't even have two guitarists to like fight treble for. I was always like,
that's
get out
true.
of my way, guys.
And that'll help with some psychedelia, mate.
Well, honestly,
Yeah.
that might replace the. Were you using a fuzz as well?
Oh yeah,
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
then because that
fuzz phase.
trying to get
distortion.
that, yeah, trying to get that ripe sound.
Yeah.
I landed on the fuzz with the
I use
envelope filter.
I used that 1970s phase tone. I literally just used Dave's.
Guitar rig.
He had two pedal boards, and I
Yeah,
used both
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
And then I picked the ones I loved,
Yeah.
and one was like this 1970s phase tone for Ibanez. I bought it. It like only has a Japanese electrical thing for the 9-volt, but it's like
yeah.
it's the best phase. It's analog,
Yeah.
like analog phase.
I've
Dave,
got a
Dave
small
was
stud
mad on
analog
point.
face. That
Yeah.
small stud is
Yeah.
good.
He was on point with pedals.
Yeah,
He was a pedal.
he had a huge.
He's a pedophile.
Pedophile. Dude, if anybody had the pedophile, I'll say it was Dave. Dude.
God, don't do that to Dave. Don't do Dave.
There's a space between
Say
those
it,
words.
enunciate.
Pedal.
Petal file.
He's a pedophile.
Pedal.
He's got lots of pedals.
You know,
So-
be
I'm
say
gonna-
Hunter Root.
Yeah.
What kind of
Yeah.
sort of
What is that?
pedals?
Yeah, no,
Rob
right?
Simon.
These pedals are old.
Hunter
These are
Root.
old pedals, dude.
Yeah.
Root.
These are old.
T-
pedals.
the T would just, like,
These are
make the
pedals
symbol
older
jiggle, yeah.
from
Yeah.
the 70s, you know. Some of these pedals are from the 70s.
You ever hit
Yeah.
Rob up anymore? You ever like interact with Rob Simon in any way?
Oh,
I haven't
no,
heard-
it's
we
been a
haven't heard
while.
from Rob Simon
It's
in
been a while.
forever.
That makes sense.
I'm trying to think about the last time we might have.
I mean, I can't
Cross
imagine
paths.
he's even at the X anymore.
Who's this guy?
No, he's not.
He ran the X.
Not a
He,
piece.
he's
yeah.
he's how Fork Tongue Fables was a thing,
Gotcha.
and he's on it. He's on filling
Yeah,
in the
backup
blanks.
vocals,
He
yeah.
sounds exactly like me,
Yeah, yeah.
so you can't even tell if it's
He
me or
does,
not.
yeah.
It was hilarious when that happened.
Yeah, Rob was a big part of us coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
On the
like Rob.
radar.
Rob was a good guy.
He got me.
Is a
we
good
were
guy.
on the radio.
He's a good guy.
On the radio. I was still in high school because of Under the Radar.
sick.
I was like, I'm 18. I'm on the radio. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It was dead in the morning.
Yeah. I remember listening to that outside of Prava Sessions recording our acoustic album.
Yeah.
We had like
Yeah.
my
the
Scion. We were
Yeah.
listening to the radio on my Scion.
Then there was that crazy chick's birthday we played where I played freaking Dead in the Morning like 30 times fast.
Like 180 BPMs.
Crazy Chick's
Outside. Dude, it was insane.
And then the
I
funny
don't remember
thing-
it.
Oh, it
I
was
don't
so
remember
bad.
the show.
Oh yeah, and the show, the chick, it was her birthday, and
This
her
is
mom.
551.
Everyone.
No.
The
No, it was-
funniest
it
part
was at
about
a
it is
house.
like
It was at a
normally
house,
when you
on
make
porch.
mistakes, normally when bands make mistakes, it's like,
Oh.
oh, honey, nobody noticed.
Oh,
This
everybody
was
knows
like
that.
everyone. We were looking out, and everyone looked like they were looking at aliens
Yeah,
playing
like,
music.
What
They
is
were like,
going on right now?
Bro, what are you guys doing?
I remember this vividly
We're all
now.
horrified.
It's all coming back. Is that when we got to watch the sunset over that hill?
Yeah, and if you,
I'm not sure about
I
that.
don't remember that. The thing I remember about that show, other
So
than that,
funny.
was that this chick's mom was like super sweet and like made a bunch of food and cake and was really accommodating and a good host. But the whole time, this girl was being an absolute cunt
Yeah.
to her mom.
I remember that.
And
That's
just,
right.
That
and
is
just
what
like
happened.
being mean as fuck.
We were so uncomfortable.
And everybody's just like, and the mom is like, oh hi, how's it? You know, she's like just being abused by her daughter.
Yeah.
And we were just like, wow.
That was hard to watch.
Like looking back on it, I think like maybe she was trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't know,
Totally.
18 brain might be like,
Yep.
you're cool if you were mean to your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be like a lifelong abuse thing. I don't know. I'm not a
Eric
psychologist.
Cartman.
That's how it felt.
It was
Yeah.
awkward. There were I remember all of this.
Yeah, I was just like,
There's a snap. There's a snap of this where I took. Remember when I was doing the second a day?
Yeah.
There's a snap of the show on the second a day clip.
Yeah.
I did that for like a year.
That's right.
Just 365 seconds.
Yo, another one I wanted to squeeze in there too is when we did Not a Care in the World. Do you remember that whiskey? But Fruit from a Timeless Planet.
Oh yeah.
We all took that sip of whiskey.
And you took the whole shot.
But I thought that like
I do remember.
Yeah.
it was.
You're like, oh, you sip it.
I didn't know that everybody was going for sips. I thought everybody was just drinking it
good.
all.
Yeah, it was like a
And it wasn't given to me as a shot. It was given to me with enough to sip on.
yeah.
Not more than
You
a
chugged
shot.
it.
Yeah.
And I looked and I was like, are we really drinking all this right now? And everyone's like, cheers.
Send it.
And for me, it's customary cheers. You drink if it's liquor, you drink it all.
Yeah.
Oh, it gives me chills thinking about it. That was
So
a lot.
we cheers and I just
Right to the stomach.
And we were already pretty toasted. Like we were getting there.
And I was like, oh my god, that
Yeah.
sucked.
I can't
And
imagine
everybody
drinking in the studio.
and everybody
Yeah.
had their whiskey and they still had whiskey and I was like, oh,
Oh, is that why? That's exactly
why it
why
was
Not a Care
slaps.
in the World sucks.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly why.
I was wasted.
I knew we were drunk,
He's the
but I forgot
sloppiest one.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like
No, we were drinking
that.
before that.
Yeah, no, the alcohol in the studio, like that was Dave saying like alcohol, like this, like if you have like a good brandy, like one glass, it like loosens you up good.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it,
No.
but that is what he said and what we did.
Yeah,
That sounds like an
that-
alcoholic. You're trying to get a drink.
Well, I can understand like different
Dave wasn't
stimulants
a
and different things will get you in a pocket.
Sure, yeah,
but
definitely.
I guess like everyone's biology is different. Maybe that worked for Dave.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't think Dave was like an alcoholic.
Well, also
He didn't even
like,
drink.
Yeah,
also like,
yeah.
if
He
I wouldn't
literally
have been
never
as
drank.
bad, if
Yeah.
I would have just taken like a sip or two before we did it,
yeah.
probably wouldn't have been as bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like,
I remember-
is this
yeah.
what's happening right
It was one of
now?
those
Like,
things-
You guys really drinking all of this right now?
When we were done,
All
like
right.
you know this, you're just gonna be a fun memory. You can gauge how drunk Alex is acoustically by how far hunched over he is on his djembe. So if he's up here, it's beginning of the show.
So true.
Okay, after McCleary's set in between, he's around down here. And when we were recording Not a Care, he was just over the djembe.
That's so
And
accurate.
you could not see anything. He was
Thank
just
you.
in the
Oh,
drum.
dude.
Yeah, you were drunk.
I
That's
would
money.
get so shit faced at acoustic
At
shows.
McCleary's, dude.
Oh my god.
McCleary's, I would
Especially-
get so drunk at McCleary's.
Free drafts, dude.
I love those
Free
shit.
drafts.
They were
yeah.
like some of the favorite. I know you hated them. But like
What?
we got to do like vocal harmonies and like focus on a different part. Because like focusing on rock is what we did, but like that was the time I was like, I'm a singer too. And then like I could do harmonies.
Yeah.
And just like bringing down the dynamic and having, again, I know you hate it, like having like a calm session where you can like focus on really articulate small details as the punch, and then taking it to a rock where you focus on the energy and show,
Yeah.
and the fact that we could so seamlessly do both.
Yeah. That was good shit.
I love it.
Let me tell
and
you
then,
though,
and
I
then
would
we had a
just get
guitar and
wasted.
violin.
Yeah.
One time,
There's some shit going on.
It was
One time
crazy.
I had Medusa Disco on the Max J Variety Show, and I booked Medusa Disco expecting a rock band, and I got a really pain in the ass bunch of guys with electric guitars, Winton especially being like unreasonably like demanding with his wedge, and like I don't think he had like a pickup in his guitar, so we had to like mic everything.
Well, and he played sitar.
Yeah, it was the most.
So miking the sitar is a nightmare.
And then everything, I need more of this, I need more of that. And it's like, I was just expecting a quick, like, 10-minute changeover for a rock band.
Quarter inch.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
running
Plugging it.
this show, and I remember getting, like,
Oh,
upset.
Yeah.
And, like, to the point where after the set, I was like, I'm really sorry, guys, that I lost my shit, but
I kind of remember
that was
this.
Yeah,
a bit
I-
much.
I remember being like, I don't
remember
think
that.
Justin likes this anymore.
Yeah. I do remember that.
In
Yeah.
my mind, I
It's
did
vivid.
say something about it afterwards. Hopefully that's accurate.
I don't remember that, but also it probably wasn't to me.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a
True,
bassist.
True,
and
true.
I was
But,
probably drunk.
You're
Yeah.
right, it was probably too
Because it
Winton.
was an
Yeah,
acoustic
Winton
show.
and Hunter.
Yeah, probably us too. Yeah.
Well, because he's the one that was, like, being demanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I probably was
Yeah.
like getting annoyed at him directly.
I remember this.
visibly.
I remember
Yeah.
not
I remember
not
this.
thinking it
For
was on
sure.
you. I remember thinking it was on us. But I was like, man, we can't be like having bad blood with Tony.
No,
and
I
Kay's
don't.
son.
I didn't like the way it went down. So I said something to Win about it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like, you guys are playing for free on my show. It just wasn't what I expected.
Yeah, we're like,
And
okay,
it was,
so
it was way more work than
Yeah.
I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But I remember when everything. Part of probably why I was so apologetic is that it was a good set.
I
you
think
know?
Right.
there's a
I was like,
version.
Well, it did
this
sound
was, It was
good.
worth it. You know.
Yeah, there's a version of Dead Man from that show.
Oh yeah.
Online, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
remember
it's a video.
watching it a
It's
lot.
a YouTube video.
Yeah, it's a YouTube video.
Oh, shit.
Because I always remember like
I put the
liking
au-
how I looked or something. I like
Yeah.
remember watching it.
I put the audio together with what we recorded
Yeah.
with my DSLR video
Yeah.
camera that Lauren took.
Yeah, that was a good
Nice.
video for us then. Yeah. And like, yeah, that was us really trying out the sitar live
Yeah.
for the first times, for a few times or whatever.
Yeah.
That was always tough.
The one thing I know is when we were doing sound checks and stuff at that show, I was super easy.
Yeah, I don't remember you being there at all. You know what I mean?
With one mic to djembe done.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he comes back.
I got back to your face.
Yeah, to like drink his sorrows away. He's like, there's only one drum. Which is wild, because we never said there is only one drum. Right? You just decided that you're like, just at the djembe, we're like, hey, Alex, there's people who have cocktail sets, and like, you can like, you're like, no, this is your exact word and phrase, and it made sense.
Yeah,
you're like,
this is great.
if I invest in it to make it better, we'll do it more.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
You're like,
That is exactly how I felt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I and I didn't want to do it more. I wanted to play rock, and I thought it was lame.
Yeah.
I was like, this is lame. I don't want to do this.
but
It sounded good,
we did change that one old man's life.
and I didn't have to.
What was that, like Gettysburg or
be
something?
sober to do it.
Yeah.
Or B, I eventually stopped going to practice because I didn't need it.
Yeah, I remember that. He stopped going to acoustic practice.
I was just like, guys, if I'm gonna do this, I can't.
Which is
I
funny.
can't go to practice.
I do remember that.
I can't do it.
Well, it was fine because like we just showed the end song, but like
Yeah.
you, in a rock band version, Alex is very fundamental in how the composition happens.
Yeah.
Composition.
Part of the writing.
but
part of the writing.
Yeah.
but in acoustic, it was just like
Second.
we took over.
Yeah.
Well, because he didn't care. It's not that we put backs him out. It's that he
Yeah,
didn't
no.
care.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it.
He was like, eh.
Yeah, he adopted the role. Absolutely.
Well, no, there was the
That's
one.
why, and that made
well, no,
acoustic so different.
Yeah.
When
There
I
was
first
not many
stopped
stops.
practicing, you guys had started writing Unintended Consequences, and I remember coming back and saying, no.
All right, boys.
No. We're gonna adjust a lot of stuff here. Sorry, guys.
Okay. I do remember
There was
that.
like a
I was like,
a
this needs-
slowdown thing, and you're like, we need to fucking speed this up. Dude.
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck's
Like
going on?
this can't be. No, we're not doing this.
It's like it drags.
I remember I came and
I
I.
forget about that.
I was-
song.
That's
was
still
like,
some people's favorite song.
No way.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
listens to that.
Oh my
song.
god,
Yeah,
dude!
yeah.
I heard it like a month ago. I shit you not.
I definitely-
And
I don't
it
believe
wasn't
you.
Psy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It's sad.
And it wasn't
That was
Psy.
inside.
Because I know that's like Psy's favorite Medusa
Shout
song.
out.
Yeah. Somebody was like,
Psy's
I
amazing.
realized
Psy
it was a
Marks.
different voice, and I was
It
like,
was Charles.
it was Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles loves that song.
Dang.
Yeah, one of our hardcore fans right now.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna be here. I know Bill and Glenn are coming, and I know Amy and Andy are coming. But if Eric and those guys come, and fucking Charles and those guys come,
Yeah, you gotta meet
They
them.
they would love to see you.
That would be
'cause
sick.
They you know, so the different waves of the fandom of the band. There's always been a hardcore fandom. It's just never been the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right now, the Pittsburgh crew, who's not really from Pittsburgh, like we talked about again last time, they're just super about us and super dedicated, and you know they like we're learning about, because I was the only bassist they knew about, and then they were like, you know, they really love Fork Tongue Fables, they really love Ripe, they really love these songs, and then realizing that like, oh, there was this other, you know, writer that was involved in this. It was cool to learn. So you would probably have some. If they, I don't know if they're coming or not, but that would be
Dude,
interesting.
hopefully.
They definitely would be like, whoa.
Yeah, they.
It would be cool to give them
Wait,
like
were they at the other show?
give them a name
were
to
they
a
at
face.
Chris's show?
Name to a
No.
face.
Is that what it is? A face to a name?
Don't think they were.
Thanks, bro.
Some people were.
You know what's funny is I was trying to cook that up before like he was done finishing that sentence, and I fucked it up still.
He's so nervous.
But yeah, I was so nervous to say that in front of you, dude. Nah.
Dude,
but-
I remember when Alex joined the band. I mean, when I joined the band. Oh man, I'm high a little bit. Probably.
You are a little high.
So listen,
Nah.
when I
Probably.
joined the band and we were recording, Alex didn't even want to be. This is like the same thing. He didn't even want to be in the studio when it wasn't him laying down drums because
That's wild to me.
of
Yeah.
the
That's wild.
environment was just like me.
Beatles' last record.
And then
Yeah.
I would come in and Hunter would be like, "What is this mix?" And we would turn Winton down and then
That's
and
funny.
then and then Winton would come in and be like, yeah, it's not 50-50 harmony. It's more like 75 me, 25 him, volume wise. And then you'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Like
Of course it's
PTSD of like
Yeah.
rape.
There were so many times that was miserable. Where
And so Alex didn't even want to be involved.
yeah, you would make adjustments for me, and then I wouldn't be there, and then Winton would come in and
Dude,
change the adjustments.
I was working for.
And he was just
Ben.
following.
I know, it's like, you
orders.
just pay me money.
Yeah.
Like,
It was sticky.
what's the governance
I
model?
was getting overruled a lot in
Yeah,
the
that's what it
recording
was.
in
Yeah.
the recording scenario, and then simultaneously too, I had a lot of PTSD.
Yeah.
Not literal PTSD.
Yeah,
but
that's
figurative
Red
PTSD.
light fever.
Rein it in, bud.
It just wasn't cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But from painters and sitting there having that like 2-hour debate about doing painters at this like ridiculously slow BPM, and they're like Winton and Dave. They're just like, bro, like this is gonna be the difference between like you being on Conan or you being on the Tonight Show. And,
Yeah.
And this 10 BPM is the difference. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
I was like, A, I don't think it is. B, I think the other way is actually.
yeah.
It needs to not be that slow, guys. Come on. And it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours of them just like nagging at me about it. And I just was
Yeah, you don't want to be a part of that.
like, fuck.
I mean, I get it. Like,
it was way worse than that too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was-
Well,
That's
you have
Dude,
right.
you were fucking squashed, bro.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the that's
you were
the,
squashed.
that's the thing is like.
And now I
really,
give a shit.
When you say you want to be in a
Which is
band
good.
and
It's a great
collaborate
idea.
with people, you need to
Nice.
like listen as much as talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's
Like-
like
Like today, like what to make? Oh yeah, the breed mix. Like how much vocal, like we're like you had an opinion about how like when the vocal came in, how much it was compared to the rest of the instruments in the mix.
Yeah.
Like that opinion alone
oh yeah.
is like that's a new opinion for a 3-piece, Alex.
Yeah.
That's a new opinion coming from you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
well, the-
Not to say that you
Yeah.
wouldn't have had it then, but you just
yeah.
He
just-
voiced it.
Well, the thing about
yeah,
Alex
it
is
just
that
never fucking. I don't know.
the thing I found
It's
out
weird.
about him right away is he's got great ideas. So it's
Yeah.
like the fact that they weren't being used was
You just
just
gotta
seems
filter
insane
through
to
the bad
me.
ones.
He's
You know what I
like
mean?
weirdly a singer songwriter in
Yeah.
in a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because of how he written.
I was gonna say, but like
Yeah.
he wrote lyrics, I wrote lyrics.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
I still love like skipping stones on the between the backbones of time or something. Skipping
Yeah.
stones.
What?
There's a couple ones. In Nova, you and I.
It
wrote
was.
some.
Oh, yeah.
I remember like I wrote the sun drips
What?
down into the mouth.
What?
my,
That's Rips, I think.
My
Rips.
own brainwaves, they spark and flame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
that
breathe a
was it.
supernova.
And then I
Um,
did You Are My Friend, Once You Were My Friend, I think.
Yeah,
I did some
yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah, just
and
a
then
clap.
the Change won't find you unless you find
What, that's
change.
you?
That's me.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying. So it was
Medusa's
always
was
there.
everyone.
It was
Yeah.
always there. So why in the Orphic days was it all of a sudden I go over and write my song and then you
'Cause
must
I left.
say it's really great?
Well, you saw it at the worst. I mean, I wasn't getting as much song time.
No.
You know what I
No,
mean?
you
There was
weren't.
less of my songwriting too.
That was in the culture
So
of the
it
band
was
at
just
that time.
everything was
In the
getting
culture,
squashed.
yeah. The culture was.
I mean,
was
you remember
changed.
how much
Weird.
Winton and I fought when I joined the band.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
All the time.
months. Every time there would be an idea that Hunter had, or Alex or me, and it wasn't exactly. And to be fair, at the time, Winton had only had his solo stuff.
Yeah.
But we were like, no. We're like, you're gonna try this, and we're just fighting. And then
Yeah.
eventually,
Yeah.
when he finally like let it click, it clicked.
Exactly.
And like Four Tongue Fables is a great capture of that moment where it was clicking.
Totally.
I think
That's
that's
what
why
Alex-
it's such a good album.
That's what
Yeah.
Alex said when I joined the band. He's like, well, it's like, you have 4 people and they really love a thing, so they argue and complain and hate each other over it until they all try to get their way.
Yep.
And then whatever you meet in the middle, like whoever's left standing, and whatever anybody feels, that's what you
But
get.
we would
Yeah,
all
that's
agree
That's
on
healthy,
it.
right?
Like,
It's
we-
no, that's not healthy.
Yeah, no, it is.
In
It
some
is.
sense, though.
Well, you
Yeah.
gotta
There's some healthy
as long
shit.
yeah, I mean,
There has to be process. So we had
Yeah,
a process where,
not like that though.
like, we used to like. It used to be like Alex would say something and it would just get shut down, and then we had the rule: if someone had an idea,
We had to try.
we
Yeah.
learn and
Yeah.
play it once
love
and
it.
vote.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And if there was a tiebreaker, then we yelled.
Yeah, that was right. That was right from the rip.
It was only 4. She had 5 P's.
Yeah.
But
there's a
when
lot
we
of
created
really
that
good
rule,
ideas.
that's when everything spiked up. That's
Well,
why.
it's 3.
That is when everything.
And then it
There's a lot
clearly
of
went
really
away.
Great ideas
Sorry, just-
that would have never happened if the person who had it didn't fight for it.
Right.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of great ideas that would have never come to fruition.
Dude, there's been times when one person is getting berated by all 3 that's been wrong. I wish I could remember the exact occasion. But there's definitely been a time when one person's right and everyone else is wrong.
Yeah.
And then you get to figure it out.
Well, I was
Yeah.
talking
By playing
about
it.
actually. So it's about trust, right? So especially I found like when we write together, sometimes like nobody knows, and then sometimes two people think they might know, and then sometimes somebody's like, no, trust me on this,
Yeah.
I know, and sometimes like the time that calls to mind is A Little Bit of Love. There's the time when we only do the chorus once. And I remember I just did not agree with you. Did not even.
I remember that.
I didn't think that
Yeah.
made any sense. I
Yeah.
didn't get it.
It doesn't. That's
Yeah.
why it's great.
And then, no, but I can't imagine it the other way. It's so clever. It fits
Yeah.
rhythmically.
Yeah.
Like it gets back to the action right away. It
Yeah.
does everything that,
do remember that.
you knew it did.
Yeah.
I just because I didn't necessarily see it that way. But
It doesn't fit.
But I
It doesn't fit the
trusted-
playbook.
I
Yeah.
trusted that you knew what
Exactly.
you were talking about, and then it ended up being right. So
Yeah.
sometimes you don't even know when
It's-
you're like, all right,
Yeah.
and you don't even you
It's
might not know till later.
It's
Yeah.
like somebody will have an intuition.
Yeah,
And they'll
that's what
be
I-
able to see it
Do you remember-
through before
That's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
ever played.
Do you remember
have to
Not a
trust
Care in the
each other
World?
to
Dude, I
do
hear
it.
it.
Yeah.
Like Not in the Care of the World, the one riff we play one time, and I fought like hell for that to go in there. Yeah, and then Wynn's like, "You got to play it again." I was like, "No,
No.
it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
this one moment that if people love it, they have to listen to the song again."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
And like it to me, it came out. It was like that's my favorite part of the song.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I loved playing that song.
great.
To be fair.
Yeah, Not a Care in the World's fun,
Oh,
man.
that's
Yeah.
a great one. That was collaborative too. That was
Fall
fun.
Down,
Yeah.
slowly get up. This is the first song we wrote together,
Yep.
That was
and
one
then
of the,
probably not a
Medusa's
song we would
Disco,
play
I
again,
think,
though.
was the first song we wrote together, going in the direction. And that's why we named our band after it, because we're like, it was us.
We still say that to this day.
Yeah, Medusa. I was just talking to Justin about it.
Yeah, we still say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, we were having that talk on the way over.
Yeah.
It is the truth though.
Yeah.
It's so quintessential Medusa's Disco.
what the song Medusa's Disco.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally named our band after a song that we
Yeah.
wrote.
It doesn't.
It's true.
That's what happened.
It's true. Because of a Christian band from 1997 named Seeds, because we wanted a trademark and they had the trademark.
That is what happened.
There was also a band called Seeds from The Seeds from
There's
the
so
60s.
many seeds.
Yeah, but I think
Turns
that,
out it wasn't as original as Medusa's Disco. Who knows?
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
Who knew?
right.
Yeah.
Seeds. Who would have thought? I always remember looking up like online and be like, I'm gonna look up Seeds. Okay, I'm gonna look up Seeds band. Okay, I'm gonna look up Seeds bands. Lancaster.
Seeds Van Lancaster.
The SEO was horrible.
Okay, I'm gonna look up Seeds band Lancaster Chameleon.
And then,
Ah, there it is.
and then there was a place in Lancaster called The Seed.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
had bands.
Seeds
And
at
you're
the
like,
Seed
"Fuck."
happened.
Yeah,
that,
we-
that was a thing.
legendary.
Yeah, we played Seeds.
Seeds did play the Seed.
Seeds played the Seeds
With the
a couple
check
times.
with the rainbow checkerboard floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the oh my god, the
That's
audio
where we
there hurt.
first played Nova there,
Oh yeah.
I like
and
that
I
place.
remember
Yeah.
I remember some of the younger kids being like, "Dude, you guys have so many parts to your songs." It was the Districts fans that were seeing us, and they're like, "Dude, there's so many parts." It's like they were like hearing prog
Exactly.
for the first time
Yeah.
because the Districts. Well, they didn't write like that.
No.
There's no way there was just that random riff like when we just
Yeah.
bust into that like Sabbathy riff in Nova, gun 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 gun, just like in the middle of it, and it was like left field. Like that was the shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's what I remember about the Seed is like blowing young kids' minds.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
good
That's what's,
time.
cool, that's what's cool. What I was talking about, like playing Pistol today, is it still feels like that. Like
Yeah.
it still feels like there's a lot of parts and a lot of thought.
That is so in
So
that
I-
spirit.
It's interesting how that got written in the time
The J
between
days.
Yeah,
That was a J time.
like that's a great song. Like that.
Yeah,
and
that got
Painters,
written.
it's not like there weren't good songs.
That was a J riff. Bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, that I used to play really fast and slap it. Bum, bum, ka, ba, ba, ka, ba, ba.
Oh, man.
I never could slap.
And then I was
That's the
like,
thing I never
dude,
did as a
I was
bassist.
like, dude, this song needs another part. Let's fucking slow that down and throw that right here.
I didn't realize Jay actually wrote decent, and that's because it's not credited.
Well,
It sucks.
Jay didn't write parts. He would have ideas, and I'd be like, Jay,
Oh yeah, like
let's use that.
Yeah.
So it was never his idea. Well, it's his ideas that he never was like, hey, I have an idea.
He wouldn't compose it.
Yeah, he didn't compose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it didn't feel like he was writing,
Sure.
even though they were his ideas.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like a weird line.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah,
That
I guess
does-
that's a distinction. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did write the riff for Painters.
Yeah.
So he.
Yeah. Well, the thing is
It's
with
crazy.
Jay is he's actually got
Sucks he's not
he's
credited.
got great
No. That's some
ideas,
shit.
but I just feel like there was a confidence thing.
Weird times.
There was a confidence
I
thing.
can't believe you guys didn't like remember the 90 hours of meetings we went over of like how it works.
Well, it doesn't matter because.
Sorry, I don't want to go
when
to
you're-
that.
No, but when you're under the influence of emotions and the people, like, think about how much crazy shit we let Winton get away with all the time that I would never, That's what happened. Like the scariest part about that time is letting things happen. It's like Nazi Germany.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I feel like the Germans. I feel like I let a bunch of crazy shit happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You took the hands off the wheel and you just
Yeah.
like let it go,
And you just let it
and
go.
it ended up in a
It
place you
ended
did
up hard.
not where
Yeah.
want to go.
Dude,
One of like
I-
Nazis.
All right, I'm gonna.
I'm a Nazi.
Dude,
I did not see any of this coming.
Hey, Rudolph Linkler, dude. Wentler, fucking.
Oh man.
Hashtag Whitler.
No.
What's happening?
Yeah, this is really your fault.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
100% your fault.
Just for clarification.
Where were we? Where was that? There was something better. We were talking about something legitimate.
We're just talking about. He had brought up like just the crediting. Of
Oh, the
things.
crediting. No, that's
I
crazy.
mean-
So I'd like
You were gonna say something.
Should've just been written by
I
Medusa.
would like to formally apologize
That's
to
what we're back to.
everybody
Yeah.
I know.
at the Austin Dam
It's-
Stock.
Everything's bad.
I'd like to formally apologize to everybody at the
Yeah.
Austin
We're
Dam
both
Stock
doing it.
because
Awesome
I
Dam
remember
Stock.
watching back at that video of Young Man Blues, seeing Witten stage dive onto all those people.
Are you apologizing to the people right now?
Yeah, I'm sorry, people. Sorry that happened. Oh, it's on video. You can watch it.
What,
And
the
it's the
cringe?
most cringeworthy thing ever.
There's a nugget for you guys. Go look up Young Man Blues by Medusa's Disco.
Austin Dam Stock.
Awesome
Why?
Damn Stock. I don't know.
What?
Shit.
Oh,
Because it
okay.
wasn't me.
Okay, that's fair. That's
I
fair.
don't know, dude.
It's call out.
It's,
No,
it's
it-
whatever it is.
You're talking to the audience. Just talk to me. I've never seen this.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Ty.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Well, we
go,
did
go
the
look
who-
it up.
we
It's
did a-
it's
a
Witten
who said-
fucking
On a podcast,
jumping
I gotta do
into
this.
And we
Sorry, there we
it's
go.
Yeah.
it's Alex pointed
Joe Rogan
out.
does
It's
that all
Witten
the time.
jumping into
You gotta,
Yeah, you gotta mess
you
with
gotta.
Witten jumping into a crowd of people that are like,
There you go.
what's the word?
Nailed it.
Not.
Just not even about it. Like,
Yeah.
It was a very rehearsed.
it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's
It-
not. It's cringy.
You can
It's funny,
see.
though.
You can see it. It's like watching a mockumentary and seeing someone who just takes themselves so seriously, and then they stage dive onto
That is a Spinal Tap skit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it
And they
was
stage
Spinal
dive
Tap.
onto a group of people who just aren't as like enthusiastic about the stage diving that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just you can
It's like
see
a
it.
read the room type scenario that
Yeah.
wasn't done.
Like if you were
Makes
like
sense.
if I just
Right
think
on par.
I just think of myself in his shoes and I like looking down on that I wouldn't have I would have
I'm so glad I wasn't paying attention.
I would have forgone that.
I do.
So me too. I was just trying to play the drums.
I remember falling on people, but it wasn't on purpose.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yours was
Well,
South by
you,
Southwest.
Yeah.
you fell on accident all the
That's
time.
the one I
I
remember.
did fall on accident. Remember that one stage we played that was like a mile long? And you
No.
made a joke before the show. You're like, we can't follow this stage, Tyler. And I'm like, I almost did. I was at that tattoo shop.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or the tattoo convention.
Yes.
Yes.
Played a tattoo
Dude,
convention.
that's
Rob
where
Simon.
Rob Simon.
that's where Shawan Rice first
Yeah.
saw us.
Really?
Shawan.
Is that when she first saw
She
us?
first saw us.
She was
and
so
then
cool.
and then Delaney, the drummer, her was dating her. And then they
Yeah.
came to Chameleon and saw us there, and they like huge,
Oh my God.
huge
That's how we
fans.
met. That's how we met
Networking.
Flower Garden.
Flower Garden, and now they're Yam Yam, and
Oh my
Dude,
God,
it's a whole
Flower
thing.
Garden.
Yeah.
The burrito.
The burrito.
burrito.
The
Oh.
burrito.
was that all
no.
three of us and not Winton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Winton didn't want to eat the burrito.
We played a show.
Dude, that says it all right
Dude,
there.
yeah, we played a show made friends with the band.
Flower
Flower
Garden.
Garden.
Flower Garden. Such a great band.
They were so
weird.
good,
Great.
and
Such
They
a
lived
good-
in a house in
together.
Harrisburg.
Yeah,
Daniel Delaney.
And they had a manager,
on
and
the
they,
drums.
they were like, to us, they were like, oh, they had this shit together.
yeah.
And we were like, we aspired to be Flower Garden. They had a manager, they were
Yeah.
playing shows, they
were
lived
doing
together in
well.
a
Say that
house.
was Yam Yam now?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Yam Yam.
pre-Yam.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, with some
it's the pre-Yam.
Some half
Yeah.
Yam.
Different drummer.
Half Yam.
Different drummer.
Yeah, only the
Yeah,
Yam
co-
part of Yam Yam.
Yeah, one Yam.
The drummer from Yam Yam was doing percussion for Flower Garden, and
Yeah.
Daniel Delaney was the drummer.
Oh, he was so cool and good, and he still is. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
a
and
trend there.
the
That's
saxophone
Yeah.
player
He just
from
constant.
Yam Yam did play
Coco's
on,
the shit, man.
played on
Coco.
that song.
Yeah.
The Bellyache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, we played that show, and then we were fucking chilling at,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
at the after
Whoa, whoa,
party.
whoa. No. We get there, and they work at a burrito store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
And
work
they
at Anita Burrito.
And they get off, and they have all these burritos for the band.
Oh shit.
And they're like, great. Okay, and we get there like at 2 p.m. because we're chilling with them all day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like they hand out the burritos and we all eat the burrito, and some are left over. Okay, and then we play the show,
Yeah.
and then we come back, late, like at 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m.
and
We're fucking hungry.
we're hungry and we're jamming in the living room
Yes.
because we're just having fun jamming.
In the living room jamming.
And one of the Flower Garden guys come over and like, hey man, do you guys want a burrito? You're hungry? And we're like, oh my god, yes.
Saving grace.
And earlier when we got back, we did notice a burrito next to the trash can, wrapped up, and it was just next to the trash can.
In between like the fridge and the trash can.
Right. There's a burrito chilling there. And so he comes back in.
Wrapped up or not?
It was wrapped up.
Okay.
It was wrapped up. It was like a George Costanza kind of situation.
Yeah, sure.
And they ask us for the burrito, and we do, and we share bites of the
You're
burrito.
just like gorging
Yeah,
it.
we're
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
delicious
Yeah.
because we are drunk, high, and done after a show that was amazing. It was a great
Yeah.
show at HMAC with Flower Garden.
You're feasting.
Or not H.
No, it wasn't at HMAC.
It was
It was at.
I remember. I can visualize.
It wasn't that that little space, was
Yeah,
it?
it was.
It was
The
that
make space. The make
The make
space.
space.
The make space.
Yeah.
It's called the
No.
make space. That's exactly what it was called.
Yeah, it was that hot little room.
Yep, it was that hot little room.
Yeah.
That was the first time we played with them.
Yeah.
the make space.
That
The
was
make
cool.
space in Harrisburg.
Yeah, man.
I can't visualize it. The burrito took over all memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a sandwich.
It does take precedence
It-
We
anyway.
spent most of our time at Flower Garden.
So what?
Yeah.
So hold on.
Okay, so we eat the burrito.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, and then like Winton didn't.
Yeah. He's not a burrito guy.
He's not a burrito guy.
He did not partake.
Or at least he wasn't then.
He wasn't.
No, he's not.
He's just
Still not.
in
Still
general.
not.
He's anti-tortilla. It's a whole thing. So we just done and we go home at like 4 a.m. Like it's sobered up and good. And then like the next day, I'm wrecked. And it's just like,
Yeah.
both ends done.
Trash.
And like we had a practice or something and like we got to cancel it. I like Vox like told Hunter. Hunter was
we're
like
all-
he's sick. Alex, he's like he's sick. We're like all just wrecked.
Yeah.
And then Wynn's like, oh, I'm fine. And we're like,
Like, God damn.
at this point we didn't know it was a trash burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we like reconnect what we might have eaten, and we were like, "Oh, that burrito." And then we have the realization. He's like, "That MFer asked us if we wanted a burrito. Walked into his kitchen and picked up this burrito that's been sitting out for 12 hours with cheese and meat and stuff next to a trash can,
Yep.
and gave it to us.
Yep.
It wasn't his
Yeah.
intention." But
No.
because
He
we told
wasn't.
him, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." Because I think he was just like high and like, "Oh, here's a burrito."
Yeah.
Just good decisions weren't made.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, bad decisions were made. Pinwheeling.
Pinwheeling.
Dude, I got a good semi-yam related Harrisburg story real quick, which we could probably end on.
That's cool.
Oh yeah,
when
we
I
do this
first
for
joined the
hours.
band,
Yeah.
we played XL. It was one of the maybe my second show, and then we were like, let's go hang out afterwards with Yam Yam, and there was this like weird DIY spot.
Like Velvet Lounge.
yeah,
I think that's what
and
it's
you
called.
like go up these steps,
Yeah.
and they were jamming, and then they were like, Medusa's Disco's here,
Yeah.
come on up. And we got called up,
Yeah.
and we played a song or two with their shit.
With their gear.
After we just played a show.
What was it? Bellyache we played?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the
That's
weird,
rock
this
and
is
roll.
this is the weirdest thing that's ever
That's
That
fucking
was
cool.
weird.
yeah.
It made me, as soon as we started playing Bellyache, it made me wish that we jammed.
It made
Yeah.
me wish we played Sexual Starship.
Yeah. Sexual
Oh,
Spaceship.
Sexual Spaceship.
If this
Scorpion
was
Records.
us, if this was
Yeah.
us, if that was us now, we would have jammed. And it
Yeah, we
been
would've
awesome.
jammed,
Because that's
yeah.
what they were doing. They were jamming.
They were just jamming.
Yeah, I would've
Yeah,
jammed.
Yam Yam Jam Band.
Yeah.
But then I also simultaneously remember having a really good vocal mix, and I'm pretty sure I was standing in the middle,
Yeah.
and I was singing Bellyache, and
Yeah.
I remember being like,
Oh yeah.
"This feels fucking good."
Yeah. I can't see anybody. Yeah, it was definitely cool. I remember looking at the bassist and being like, "Yeah, this guy's way better than me." And then he's like, "Here, play my bass." I'm like, "This guy's way better than me." And because they're fucking really good.
The
and they're like-
bassist of Flower Garden, now
Yeah.
Yam Yam, definitely
Yeah,
made me go
and,
like.
and
Xander.
the drummer, I mean,
Xander.
they're just.
But he's also the
fucking
nicest
great.
guy ever.
Yeah,
Like so,
Xander's
you
the
gotta.
shit.
It's hard to.
And just us then, it was
All
my
of them
second
are
show
really
with them.
nice
Maybe
guys.
we
Yeah.
weren't super tight. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
But That
exactly.
was a super fun show.
He's intimidating.
And,
So like, props to you to like getting up there like right immediately and then being like,
it was badass.
I know how to play
Yeah.
too.
It was fun.
Yeah,
So yeah,
let's
get it
we've
done.
definitely been on for way longer than usual because it's just a blast having you here, Ty.
Yeah.
And, we're
You can
really
just
glad
make it
to
2
have you on.
episodes.
Yeah. No. Well, we'll just definitely need to do it every time we come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should be more frequently. I have
Sweet.
a new job, and that allows me to travel more, and I'm trying to come back to Lancaster more. So hopefully,
Cool.
these things. Yeah.
Dude, is there what?
Reoccurring guest.
Yeah, dude.
Is there anything you want to promote, dude?
Is there anything?
No, I don't have like I have.
NFTs?
Yeah, okay, I have NFT. I have an
We
NFT.
could just do that for the next episode. Have him talk about that the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can't crack that can right now.
No, dude, we can just go. I mean, Ty.com. No.
Well, you can stream my latest single
there you
I've
go.
written
See, there
on,
you go.
on
Yeah.
Spotify.
There you go.
It's under like this is you can't follow me because I continually change my band's name every
Yeah.
album because I just can't pick one. But this is under Patches, so it's like PAT.
That's right.
CHES, and the name is The Sphinx with a Y instead of an I, and that's the last did everything on it. Like,
There you go.
And I mixed it
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
and mastered it.
Sweet.
Oh wait, did I master it? I think I did, and I was like,
Yeah, you
I'll
asked
show
me.
you this, and then if you want the
I know.
unmastered, we can do that. And you're like, yeah, it sounds fun.
It sounded great. I needed to mint the NFT.
Yeah,
And I was like,
there's a
This is
deadline.
great.
This is fun.
it does also sound good.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's Patches the Sphinx with a Y.
that's a good.
That's
song.
right. I remember that. Patches. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining
Thanks,
us,
brother.
Ty.
Absolutely.
And it'll be fun to play with you in a couple days as well.
Yeah.
Super
And
cool.
thank you guys for watching and listening on the Van Brain. We'll see you next time.
Van Brain!